the drivers, get autographs, take pictures, and see the trucks up close. Get your $20 Pit Party Pass at MonsterJam.com today. Must have valid event ticket to enter Pit Party. Restrictions may apply. Rules and activities are subject to change. Visit website for event details. Coming to Kia Center this Saturday and Sunday.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to bikerswinorlando.com. That's bikerswinorlando.com. Enter today at bikerswinorlando.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. It's easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer.
At Life Imaging FLA, they're all about celebrating freedom and a long, healthy life. They're here to fire you up and let you take charge of your health, making the choice to be proactive, get a scan, and get the freedom to live your life and enjoy times with your family and friends. Life Imaging FLA, they know that early detection saves lives, and it does. Give them a call. Here's what you do. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, you say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value. Take advantage of it now. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. It's Life Imaging FLA. Ask them about the cancer screening as well as that free heart scan. I went. It's easy, and I got to tell you, I have peace of mind. I know my heart is good. You can give them a call too. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most. Attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Get semaglutide available in stock and ready to ship today from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Seeley.
It is Tuesday. Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from who won in Venezuela to Microsoft hit with another massive internet outage, and inside the dirty Olympic River in Paris. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Yow, yow.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, baby. We did it.
That's right. We made it to a Tuesday. That's not far, but you know what? It's still an accomplishment. And what we want to do is have you share the show, as always, on a Share the Show Tuesday. Well, how do you do that, Sean, you say?
How do you do that, Sean?
You say?
Easier now than ever. Easier now than ever. You go to thenewsjunkie.com/share, and you will find all of our social media profiles and all the links and the ways that you can support and share the show. It's all right there. Thenewsjunkie.com/share. Hopefully you'll go do that today. And I'll tell you what, if you follow one of us in some way, when you send your dispatch in today, go, hey, by the way, I followed Sabrina on Instagram. I followed The News Junkie on YouTube. I followed C-Lane on Twitter. Whatever it is, anything at thenewsjunkie.com/share.
I'm now a week into following, subscribing to The News Junkie on YouTube.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, big benefits already coming your way.
You know, it's just been a whole different life.
It's worth the price of admission, free. So go over there, thenewsjunkie.com/share. is the website. And if you do that and send us a dispatch telling us what you followed, what you did for Share the Show Tuesday, I'll set you up with a free month of secret shows. Not everybody. Most people, though. If you do
Not
it,
my followers, probably.
Well, no, everybody is included in this. If it's like, if you follow somebody, if you say you follow Sabrina, still going to do it. And we'll give you the Secret Shows membership for a month.
And I'll give you a Super Secret Shows membership.
Oh, it's going too deep down, I think, if you do that.
Super secret shows. We
Godspeed.
Curse and show boobs.
Godspeed on your journey.
Just one
All
boob.
right. Here we go. Let's get started. Let's put our fingers on the pulse and see how do I do this
Ears
again?
to the ground.
Ears to the ground is the thing.
I was about to say, fingers to the ear. And
I thought he was going to put his fingers on the ground.
Oh, okay.
I would like to put my fingers in the ear this week. I would like to, maybe for the rest of the year. I'd like to just plug my ears and get past all of this. But we have to fight through it together. So let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the movie theater.
Okay.
Well, these folks just left the movie theater. Why? Deadpool, baby. Big, big, big numbers. Still pulling in after a massive weekend at the box
I'm
office.
so excited to see it, and probably not in theaters.
Yeah, it's going to be too packed for a while, but you might not want to see for another reason. I don't know. Maybe you're more religious than I think you are. I have no idea. But the religious folks are saying that Deadpool is anti-Jesus.
Oh.
It's anti-Christian. They don't like it.
They've had a lot to be mad about this week, it seems.
Oh, they are. They're fired up, and they're ready to go.
They're fired up about
Everyone
the
hates Jesus.
opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
The whole thing where, and I didn't watch it, so I just kind of saw people posting about it.
The drag queens doing the Last Supper.
Yeah.
But
right.
I believe that was based on another piece of art from a French artist.
I don't know. There's what people are saying and what really happened. It sure looked like the Last Supper to me, but is that new? When I watched this, I was like, is this new that drag people are going to go after Christians? Yes, that's what drag almost always goes after.
Well, they go after
Christians.
everybody,
I
too.
think organized religion in general.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think drag is going after the Islamic people, Muslim people.
Maybe not that, all right. Organized Christian religion.
Because the Muslims made it a point, the extremists on the Muslim side, to kill people who mock their religious leader, a la newspaper cartoons and the things we've seen in the past.
Their definition of slay is much different than the drag term, huh?
But I didn't know that Deadpool was getting into the religious sphere. So I'm watching this with you. Let's see what the complaint is. Maybe there's something here. And I also have something where we can look at what happens in Deadpool. You know those websites where they watch the movie for families and then
Spoiler alert?
Not really, I don't think. I don't think we're spoiling anything here, and I'll do my best not to.
First?
I did.
Okay.
I read the first paragraph or so, but I won't spoil anything as we go through. Here are the folks who are upset. Let's see if they got a point here, all right?
We went to see Deadpool, and we left.
We put our AC to full
25, 30
fan.
minutes into it.
It was hot in Deadpool.
It is disgusting. It is so against the Lord. They are blaspheming our Creator.
All right, it says on the screen, she says, we left Deadpool 3 25 minutes into the movie, and then all caps, blasphemy against the Lord is what it says.
Watch the first two, because I have a feeling that, they could not have gone that much harder than the first two.
Hold on. Let me, because I've seen the first two. I know you've recently seen the first two, but I don't remember there being anti-religious stuff in the first two.
I don't, but I based on content alone, I don't see too many people showing up to mass on Sunday, and during the sermon, the guy finishes saying all the the priest finishes saying all the very insightful, thoughtful things, and goes, by the way, I saw Deadpool.
Awesome.
You should go see it. Deadpool. Thumbs up.
Jesus would want you to do that.
Yeah, I didn't take away anything bad about any religion from the first Deadpool. Did I take away that it was offensive? Yes.
Yeah. Would it be
intentionally
against, your hardcore Christians in the sense of obscenities and premarital sex?
Or anybody with those sensibilities, not just Christian people, right? If you are, there's a reason, folks, why it's rated R. It's a rated R movie. So if you want to go see a rated R movie, expect a rated R movie, I guess. And don't expect a movie like Deadpool that is a rated R movie of a controversial character. Even within the comic book world, Deadpool is one of the most controversial characters in there. He'll curse. They call him the Merc with the mouth and all that stuff. So it seems weird to go in and have your sensibilities all fussed by watching something where you should have maybe expected this, but maybe they got more. Let's hear.
And you should not see it. Do not spend money on it. It is not worth anything. The fact that it has beat all of the MCU movies out blows me away.
Not
and it
selling
blows me
this.
away
I got to be honest with
their
you.
children into it. But we left that theater. We left 25 minutes in, and
what is going on in the background?
It's a little bit of TV, a little AC. I'll try, you guys. Jesus, both of you.
It's not
today.
you, Sean. It's them. It's do you want the Christians to not see it? Then I would get a little bit more power behind it and less TV volume.
I bumped it, but now we're going to have to go small screen on it. All right.
Into it. But we left that theater. We left 25 minutes in, and I didn't ask for my money back. I truly was so guilty that I even allowed us.
All right, quick.
Husband has yet to say anything.
No, he's just sitting there. He's over her shoulder.
I wanted to finish the movie.
I liked it, but I'm going to shut my mouth right now. When she's saying all this, she's like, I didn't ask for a refund. Just to toss it out there. If you asked for a refund and said that your feelings were hurt by a movie, would they give you a refund, do you think?
They might to just keep you happy and keep some incident from happening where
not worth the headache.
Yeah, but I don't think they should. They don't have any obligation to. If the sound is messed up or the something in the theater's broken, even if the AC is not working and you're like, I don't want to sit here through this, I could see those as being reasons to ask for a refund. But because it offended you, nah.
And I don't care who it is. I'm across the board. I'm not hypocritical on this. If you go to see something, know what to expect. Now, if there was a movie, if they released Passion of the Christ 2 Electric Boogaloo, and you paid for your ticket and all the marketing was all this super religious imagery and this is going to be a religious movie, right? And then you go and you pay your money, and in the theater when you're watching this thing, it's a bunch of curse words and boob flashes, and
Jesus
it's a
raunchy,
it's a raunchy comedic expose where yes, Jesus is gay. Then I could see you go what the hell? What just happened? That was the bait and switch. But I'm sorry, I don't find Deadpool to necessarily be a bait and switch. Even if he calls himself, I think he says at one point he's the Jesus Christ of the Marvel world, or
tell me that's the
Marvel
one
Jesus
line that that's what the couple called it on.
We'll look more into what they say is in this in a second here, but let's just let them finish up here.
To stay in as long as we did because it started off bad, but no joke, they used Jesus' name in it in a disgusting way in that 30 minutes like 10 times at least. So if you're a Christian, do not see it.
All right. It says, if you're a Christian, do not see Deadpool. And here's
maybe next time you do a movie recommendation, stop letting your kid play Mortal Kombat in the background.
You guys are so acoustic. You're so distracted by the background of this thing.
How are you not distracted? Of all people, Sean.
I muscle through.
You scream at dispatchers for having background noise, and that was the peak background noise.
Okay, there were, I'll grant you this, 2 different noises that were competing with each other besides their rant.
And then a full monotone lady. This is why I didn't like the movie.
This is why I'm glad that the guy didn't chime in, because if the guy chimed in, it would have been worse. And he just sat there and...
We now have a fourth source of noise.
Here we go. All right, kidsinmind.com. Let's take a look. What are we to expect in Deadpool and Wolverine? I'm seeing the graphic here in front of me that says only a little bit of sex and nudity. Okay. Violence and gore, lots. Language is at a 10. 10 out of 10 language in Deadpool and Wolverine. Expected. If you went to that and didn't expect it, I don't know what rock you're living under. It doesn't seem to me that makes any sense. They talk about sex and nudity. They say a man stands...
about it?
There's conversations, and then there's a man uses metal claws to stab attackers. I wonder who that is, who uses the metal claws.
Oh, gosh. That must be that new superhero, Clawman.
2 are stabbed in the groin and buttocks, this says. A man stands at a party with his shirt open to reveal his bare chest and abdomen.
Oh, God. I've heard too much.
And wait for it. His nipples are pierced with a chain attached to them and leading under the waistband of his pants. That is a brave piercing.
I mean, they didn't watch the other 2 then, because both of them are along the same lines.
I'm distracted now.
What?
Is that? Does anybody have nipple piercing going down below the belt and then you like grab on it?
I don't think it's an everyday thing, but
that's a rare
option for sure.
I don't think it's something like to build on what Sabrina said. I don't think you keep it connected every day. You like have them ready for connection time.
Mm-hmm. Connection time?
Yeah,
connection time.
Is that like rainbow connection?
You whisper into your lover's ear, "Hey, babe, it's connection time."
Oh, God. All right. Here's the rundown. I'll give it to you as quickly as I can. A man makes numerous remarks about being sexually aroused by another man. A man describes using a toy for sex acts. A man describes somebody having his nipples pierced with a chain attached leading to his groin. A man tells another man, your underwear is getting tighter. A woman says that she shared a womb with somebody. A man describes his dog as being 90% G-spot. A man makes a sexually suggestive remark.
Sean, that's a spoiler, dude. That
Boy Scout
been a
leader.
funny joke.
A man and a woman talk about the relationship, and he tells her if she tells him to go away, he will end it. And that goes on and on. But, like, this is
a lot of gay stuff.
Some gay stuff, because Deadpool's a little gay, I think. And he's, like, flirting with the gay territory. That's part of his character. That's what he did in the first one. And the second one, Deadpool's, like, the bisexual, weirdo character in the comic book world. Read like a Wikipedia entry before you go to this.
Or
not
just
everything.
Turn on your TV full blast with your AC full blast.
Play Mortal Kombat.
And then have your partner next to you saying nothing while you vaguely talk about how you'll never go see Deadpool again.
Not everything is for your sensibilities or for your religious viewpoints. Some things are not for you.
Curious if these people saw the first 2. Like,
I wouldn't think so, because they would be just as offended by anything in the first 2 that they would have been by anything on the list that I just saw there. So
I mean, she mentioned the MCU as if to suggest that she's well versed in the MCU, and maybe this is just the first time she's gone, "Oh no, wait, stop right there."
Right. Christina on Twitch says, You would think the R rating would be enough to tell parents that is not for their young children.
No. Well, Passion of the Christ was rated R.
It was.
But I didn't even think that they were bitching about this not being for young children necessarily. I think they were bitching about it not being for them, like for their religious tastes, which there's stuff out there that's made for that. It's catering to you or somebody who's a Muslim or somebody who's this person or that person. But to expect that the world is going to cater to you, this is the same thing that a lot of right-wingers get angry about with the transgender stuff. Like, expecting that the whole world is going to cater to you is not a normal way to go through life. You just expect that people be decent, that you be warned if something is going to be really offensive to you, perhaps, and that, you just know what's going on with the content you're digesting. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Let us know. Give us your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we come back, we will get into some of the big mysteries that are happening at the Olympics. How much money are these Olympians making? And is it enough? Is it enough? And question number 3, what's in the mystery box? Because when they're getting medals, they are handing these Olympians, here's your medal, here's the mystery box. What is in the mystery box that these Olympians are being handed after their victory in Paris? We shall dive into all of that and so much more. Plus your comments on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
If you're going to give up your personal information to a giant, merciless corporation, might as well listen to something good. So tell Alexa to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
There's off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive and intersection backups where Vine Street meets John Young Parkway. Construction's off to the right shoulder on the beach line eastbound approaching International Drive. Travel with caution through there. On I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays approaching State Road 429 and slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Bay. Show off your poolside, only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
It's time for Renewal by Anderson's USA Proud Moment. Renewal by Anderson brings you inspiring designs and elevated customer experience. Today, we celebrate our USA athletes on their incredible journey from USA to Paris. Just as each athlete represents the spirit of determination and pride, Renewal by Anderson represents quality and American craftsmanship in every home. USA made, USA proud. Visit rbafla.com. License number CGC 1527613.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage, breathe easy.
You've got a pecto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute. Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on Two Guys, Five Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the Two Guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Two Guys, Five Rings, and start listening.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
At Massey Services, we know that no two lawns are the same. That's why we create a customized lawn care plan for whatever your landscape looks like. From season to season, our personalized treatments keep your lawn healthy and beautiful all year long. Personalized, because it is personal. We take as much pride in your lawn as you do. Schedule your free inspection today at MasseyServices.com. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Monster Jam. As big as it gets. Coming to Kia Center this Saturday and Sunday. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Morgan & Morgan, and your local Ford dealers. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the Tea from Paris every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Tea from Paris. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
DJ emails. He says, no refunds, all caps, for theatrical releases. And I don't know, he must have more to it than that, because I don't think that's true. I know, like C-Lane said, if these people said they were watching Deadpool and it was anti-Christian, and so they left, and I don't know if that person should get a refund or not, but like C-Lane said, if the audio doesn't work, or if the movie is not playing in some way like you would expect, or if people are ruining your experience, you should be able to get a refund.
Or if they play the wrong movie.
Yeah, like I think there are reasons why you should be able to get a refund. I just don't know if that's a good one. I think
not for your opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it, because your feelings were hurt by it when you should have expected that outcome. That doesn't seem like a good one to me personally. But DJ says to tipstothenewsjunkie.com, there are 1,000 movie review sites for people to read before they go. This is very true. When I was in Arizona, I attended a film at the Harkins Theater 14 screen, where a ticket buyer held up the line for several minutes asking the 16-year-old ticket seller, what's this movie about? What's that movie about? Is it any good? Who's in it? Oh, no, I wouldn't stand for that. Once the theater screens a film for you and keeps the place comfortable, they have done their job. You have a problem with a movie, take it out on social media, not by asking for a refund. And they said there are Christian sites for moviegoers. Use them if you're a snowflake and worried about how superstition is portrayed on film, says DJ Phone. Thank you for the email. Tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Samantha says, good morning, News Junkie crew, or good afternoon. Podcast listener here. I have a random idea for the ones that lose in Fritz on the Street. They should get a free month of secret shows. We could do that. Like maybe some have been on the fence about getting it, and they get a month free, and they're like, this is awesome. I don't know, just a thought. Love y'all. Also, Sabrina, can you pick me for Fritz on the Street, please? Cry emoji, cry emoji. So that toss out is to you. That's Samantha. Samantha G.
You will, there's a list that I will start to write, and I hopefully don't throw it away.
The list gets bigger than ever these days, at least for me. I don't know about you guys. And I don't know if mine list grows, then yours must be massive, because why anybody would want me to represent them in Fritz on the Street still beguiles me, still just amazes me.
Tomorrow will be very controversial because
why's that?
C-Lane was not there for the last one.
Right.
And, I mean, you were watching. Were you not, Christopher?
I didn't catch the whole what's controversial about it?
Well, it's just if the points are included from the last week when you weren't here for Fritz on the Street, then there'd be a different leader in Fritz on the Street.
Well, then, but there shouldn't be points included from last week. Last week I wasn't there.
Guess it'll be up to Fritz.
Yeah, we'll fight over this later. We'll fight over this later and figure out what the
just
answer
saying
is.
It's going to be totally up to Fritz. It's his street and his game.
Okay, you can't bribe him, though. No behind the scenes, glad handing.
I can't bribe that man.
No, like, hey, Fritz, you know. If you
love me and
we're
you
closer.
Really, yeah. If
you
ever,
can't do any of that.
Yeah, no, I won't do that. I'm going to totally leave it up to him, though.
Okay, we shall see.
I doubt it's going to be in my favor.
That'll shake out tomorrow on the show.
Fritz is a fair guy, so I think I'm confident he will.
He was suggesting at the end of last Fritz on the Street that he was not going to add the points, but we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow with Fritz on the Street. That should be fun. Okay. Are Olympic medal winners or Olympians in general being compensated enough for their monies, for their works, for all the things that they're putting in to their performances? And now I have some info on like what the Olympians get for their performances and how much money they get and what's in the mystery box. Because yes, along with your medals, these are the medals in Paris. They look pretty nice. You know, you got your silver, your gold, your bronze.
And made out of those materials?
Yeah, they tend to be. And
you get some money if you melt it.
And they were getting excited for even bronzes. I know India had like a party over some bronze medals. They won a bronze and they're like, yeah. And some people were like, how lame, celebrating for bronze. If I won a bronze medal, I don't think the celebrations would ever end. I would just...
I would wear it every day in the shower.
Yeah, and I would never be like, oh, no, this is not a gold or a silver. I would still say, of all of the people on planet Earth, there are 3 that have this for the sport I was competing in, and I got one of them. That's pretty good. That's not bad at all. I think it's worth it. But when you get that medal, you also get something else. You get this box that they give you along with it. So let's see what's in the box, what the Olympians get paid, et cetera, et cetera. This story from this week says, and this past April, in a landmark move, World Athletics, the world governing body for the sport of track and field athletics, announced the award of prize money for Olympic gold medalists. So here's how much money they're actually going to make right in front of me.
Is this just for track and field, though, or if this is the whole Olympic Games?
This, I think, is more spread out than that, but I'll double check in a second. This says athletes who win a gold medal in each of the 48 athletic events in Paris will win $50,000. So if you get a gold medal, $50,000 is what you get.
That's not
What
bad.
sucks is if you're on a team, you just share that amount. So like a team of 4 would split the $50,000.
It's a good little bonus. However, do the teams get bigger than that?
What do
Water
you mean?
polo, basketball.
Oh, yeah. And that doesn't seem fair, right?
No.
Well, I don't care about basketball. They're all millionaires. I don't care about like the men's basketball team in particular. Those people are all wealthy.
But yeah, the American men's basketball team is. But are other men's basketball teams competing in the Olympics, up to that same?
Well, other countries actually pay their athletes way more than we do. Like this says, here's a graph for how much they get paid. This says Singapore, they pay their gold medal winners $753,000 in U.S. dollars to win. If you're in Singapore and you win gold, $753,000. In Indonesia, $383,000. In Azerbaijan, $255,000, and on down it goes.
So does that mean that they don't have to do any more work throughout the year? Like they actually treat their Olympic athletes like we grew up thinking Olympic athletes were treated?
In Singapore, they also probably don't have to pay out as many people because they're not going to take home as many golds or silvers or bronzes as the U.S. Olympic team would. Then again, we have enough money for all this other dumb stuff that we spend money on. I'm sure we have enough money to compensate somebody who's made their life work representing the United States of America in the Olympics and winning a medal. That's awesome. All these people deserve more than this. It's weird because I would personally balance it out in a more complex way because some of the people, like we said, the men's basketball players, they're already, all of them, much more wealthy than any of the other athletes in the Olympics. And some of the gymnastics folks, they have huge sponsorships. I don't know. It would be so tough to determine what would be fair there, what the right amount of money is for somebody who wins a gold medal. But I think it should be something that we reward because you're representing our country. And everybody should be proud to be an American and be proud to watch our country play, or compete, I should say, in the Olympics. As for what's in the box, now, at first I was like, oh, man, this must be exciting. What are they giving them along with this the medal? And they give them this box, and it's like a, I don't know, it looks like it might have a Harry Potter wand in it or something. Ooh. Like it's a long rectangular box that they give them. And inside of it is a poster, believe it or not, which is not anything. How about anything but that? I didn't think you were getting a poster.
Priceless.
It says, there's a poster created by Ugo Gattoni, and this is in a 40-centimeter box that is handed to them. It's the official poster for the 2024 Paris Olympics. There is a fantasy city in the design that doubles as a grand stadium with Parisian landmarks. And they say it also comes with a mascot plush toy inspired by Frisian caps with their medals color in the word Bravo in France, per the Olympics website. So you get a plush toy and a poster, which ain't going to help you out paying the bills at home, I don't think, unless you sell that. And I've determined over the years that a lot of this Olympic stuff isn't even worth that much money. The medals would be, but who would ever sell the medal? You have to be pretty destitute to sell that kind of accomplishment.
I wonder if that's one of those things that they try to tell you you're not allowed to sell.
Maybe. Like there's some awards where you can't do it?
I believe that if you win a Grammy, you're not allowed to sell it. I feel like somehow
Oscars too.
You don't own it or something.
And then there was this one today I learned that I think you shared many years ago that Shaq, his first Olympic gold medal, he threw out the window.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that.
It has yet to be found.
Yeah. He winged it at something. I forgot the details.
It's here
on
in
that,
Florida, I believe.
It was not very long ago that we actually were talking about that on the show. Let's see what you're talking about, because you can spin us in any direction at any time, and you could do it just like this. Here's Bart versus Bill Gates. We're talking about comic books again, so he's on board.
Hey, guys. Hey. I just had a quick question for you, Sean. Yesterday, you seemed to have a problem with Robert Downey Jr.'s casting as Dr. Doom, because, you know, the whole Iron Man death thing and multiverse, no consequences. I get it. But you don't seem to have the same opinion for this movie out now, Deadpool and Wolverine, when it's the same exact thing. You know, Wolverine died in Logan 6 years ago, and here he is back because of multiverse use. So, anyways, just want to get your opinion on that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I could still like the movie or even the idea of the movie and hate the concept. I think I look at things individually. So what I have so far from my personal experience is watching the trailers for Deadpool and having watched Deadpool 1 and 2. And I liked all of those things. I thought the trailer, especially the singing trailer. There's one where, what song are they singing? It's Wolverine and Deadpool, and they're singing like a famous sing-along song. And the way it was done was so enticing. Like, it made me really want to watch the movie. Yeah, it was like a prayer. They're going to Like a Prayer, and they're the whole trailer is like a slowed down, like they do with all these pop songs, slowed down, eerier version of Like a Prayer. And watching that, I was like, that looks good. I want to see that movie. I looked over at Courtney like we always do when a trailer ends, and we're like, what do you think? She's like, yep, I want to see that. Looks good. Then when I widen my view and say, do I like the concept, knowing that Wolverine might be dead and this only works in a multiverse, I still hate the multiverse idea. I don't like that, even though I might like a product of it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're going to hate the movie.
No, I'll still take each movie at face value. Like, I'll look at the Dr. Doom movie and be like, is this cool or is this not cool? I know one thing for sure. Robert Downey Jr. is getting paid.
Yeah.
Paid for this.
You dare.
Remember when everybody thought his career was over?
That ain't happening.
Yeah.
He did the biggest career turnaround ever after all the drug stuff he was going through.
That's been a minute, right?
Yeah, for a while. I think one of the early movies that reinvigorated his career may have been Iron Man, unless there was some stuff before that. But around that, he
wasn't
ditched
Sherlock. I know that.
No, that was bad, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. I wanted to like that too. Because I like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and I like Sherlock, and I like all that. And I wanted to watch that and like it, and just did not hit with me. All right, we got more of these, obviously, to get to on a Share the Show Tuesday. Plus, if you have followed along to any of us on social media today, just drop that in your dispatch somewhere, and maybe you get a little reward of some Secret Shows access. We shall see. When we come back, there's a lot going in Venezuela right now, a lot going on. We don't even know who won the damn election. Both sides of the election are saying that they won, claiming victory. People were taken to the streets last night. It was getting a little crazy and a little hectic. So we'll see what's happening there. And then some folks are angry over the uniforms at the Olympics. This is probably stupid. So let's dive into that as well. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Go back, Jack, do it again. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
Fans of USA Gymnastics still buzzing over yesterday's bronze medal won by the men in the team competition. First Olympic medal for the men since 2008. Team USA's Frederick Richards says it took a lot of hard work and some fate.
The universe, it works in crazy ways, and it showed us we deserved it today.
Women's team finalists today. Meanwhile, an upset in tennis today. America's Coco Gauff is eliminated.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. This afternoon, we know it's hot, 94 degrees, 94, feeling like about 107. There's a 60% chance for a thunderstorm this evening. Instead of yesterday when the storms happened mid-afternoon, today it looks like they may hold off until probably the commute time or maybe even later than that. Big soccer game going on at Camping World Stadium, so a lot of folks will be watching that radar. We're also watching the possibility of a tropical system this weekend. Stay tuned to Fox 35 for the latest.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Blindster is a family-run business that began in 2010, and we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters and received over 100,000 five-star reviews. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Folks, you need to be comfortable. You deserve that. You go out and work all day. You want to walk in your door to the nice, cold air from your air conditioning. And if somebody takes that away from you, well, Mills Air is there to give it back. That's what they do. Mills Air has been in business since 1992. That is over 30 years. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and they can get you rebates up to $1,275 toward a brand new Carrier unit. That's big money. Why would you waste that? Why would you leave that savings on the table? Go to Mills Air and grab it. They are the best, and you can always turn to the experts at Carrier. You can always turn to Mills Air. Sign up for the preventative maintenance, by the way, which can save you money and detect an upcoming breakdown. This is really, really helpful for new homeowners. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girl.
Hey, hit the road? How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness, and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh-smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
La, 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 la.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter in 73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. There are a lot of reasons to vote yes on Amendment 3, but let me give you one more good one. Today, too many adults are sitting in our jails simply because they were using marijuana, and that is just wrong. If I was your governor, I would free or parole every person in jail for possession and then expunge everyone's record. Amendment 3 will put a stop to this and let the cops fight real crime, not fake crime. I'm tired of people being thrown in jail for something that is less harmful than alcohol or opioids. So now let's finish what I started and join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
City fans, Leagues Cup 2024 is almost here. Your chance to see 3 nations, 2 leagues, and top-tier talent compete for ultimate bragging rights. It starts Friday, July 26th at 8 p.m. when your Lions take on Canada's CF Montreal. Grab your tickets now at orlandocitysc.com/tickets.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute. Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5 symptom relief so you can get back to making memories. When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance. Save up to 60% on a wide selection of quality mattresses at every price. Plus, score a free adjustable base with a qualifying purchase. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm today.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Story time with the three best friends you never knew you had.
They had an election in Venezuela, and I don't think anybody knows who won. I don't think anybody actually knows who the winner was. The opposition says they won, and change is coming to Venezuela. But Maduro, who's the guy who's like the strongman leader of Venezuela and has been for 2 terms, he says, no, I assure you I won. And so people took to the streets last night. And I find it weird as an observer from the outside. Like, I can't tell you what the truth is. I don't like... It's a vote tally, so you just have people saying what the vote tallies were. I don't have access to the raw votes. I can't, for this story, as just an outside observer, tell you who actually won the election in Venezuela because it's not like an open process, I guess. We'll get a little bit deeper into that in just a moment. Some of the things that were happening. They were tearing statues down last night. All of that. But first, there's always, every couple of years, to know, there's no misses in this. It just always happens. There's always a controversy about the Olympic outfits. Whatever the athletes are wearing, it's always some sort of controversy.
Whether too skimpy or too...
It doesn't even have to be that. I think last time we had an Olympics, they said they were ugly. They were like, the Olympics uniforms are so ugly. And that, another fake controversy... so many of them are. So many controversies you hear every single day are just fake nonsense. It does not real. As with so many other times, it was like there were 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 different uniform options, and this was one of them. And people said, I hate that. It's so ugly. The USA can't wear that. We're going to look ridiculous. People are complaining from all different angles here. But one of the things they're complaining about is the volleyball uniforms, the beach volleyball uniforms, some of the players. Like, here's somebody complaining about the Canadian women's volleyball uniforms. Whoever designed the Canadian women's beach volleyball uniforms should never be able to design women's athletic wear ever.
Why?
This has to lead to should pain. No, I don't know what they're going for there. Shoulder pain?
Probably.
Just can't be comfortable while exercising, they're saying.
Looks like a very standard beach volleyball / lifeguard.
Yeah, this is the style that's popular right now, like the higher sides. I don't know about like the one shoulder thing, but that's, it doesn't seem to be a big deal to me.
I don't know why, but I'm more distracted by the fact that they have 1 can and 2 can.
That's true. One of the players says
that where
1
their
can.
number goes?
Yeah, I guess so. And then it just looks like 1 can and 2 can.
It's like, it's weirdly like asymmetrical to me. Like, your number goes on your right breast.
Yeah, 1 can and 2 can. They play for Canada, and somebody's not happy about that uniform. This is Stephanie Rule from MSNBC, where she says, not judging, just asking, how come women's beach volleyball uniforms are bikinis? And I guess the answer would be because, like, traditionally women play beach volleyball in bikinis. The USA outfits are not, like, super revealing. If you look at this,
they're not like
we want more underboobs.
It's like I don't know what you want. And I believe they do have the option, like all the other teams, to wear the pants. Like, they're kind of like yoga pants that some of the athletes are wearing in beach volleyball. So I think they have like a variety of things they could choose from. But everybody just sits back and goes, oh, my God, they're forcing them to do it. And it's just a weird-ass thing. It's a weird thing that people do every time the Olympics pops up. Meanwhile, there's nobody who can get away from this, not even the guys, because there's a dude. Here's another example. Tell me that sexism and objectifying women is institutionalized and ingrained in the system without telling me exactly that. And they show the men's uniforms versus the women's uniforms. But in volleyball, this is what men tend to wear. In volleyball, this is what women tend to wear in the world of beach volleyball. What are the guys to wear? The same little bikinis? That's just not how they've dressed for this stuff.
Typically shirtless, I thought.
That's only if you're going in shirts versus skins.
And they might have to have the numbers on them, because all of them have the numbers on, like, the top that they have. I don't know if that's like a requirement of the team.
I think it actually could be a requirement, just because whoever's like not emceeing, but officiating these matches, they can't know every member of every team.
Yeah, Arya Shadowblade on Twitch gets it right. All that matters is if the athletes are comfortable. Exactly. That's exactly it. If the athletes are like, we're forced to wear this is the only option for us, and we'd like to wear something else, then of course that sucks and that's wrong.
Now, riddle me this. If there's one player on the team, are they going to, like,
I don't know,
they listen to, or it's like, all right, you're off the team, or does it take the entire team to have like a change in their uniforms?
I don't know how they've decided that. I can tell you that from all the things that I've looked at online, I've seen any Olympians saying like, I'm upset with the uniform that we have to wear, and presenting it like this. It's a sexist thing. They're being ogled by all the male viewers of the Olympics. Ignores a lot of things, including this Jules Boyer guy, who people cannot stop sharing photos of this guy in his little Speedo for the Olympics. Bulge Watch, I think, was one of the hashtags that they have for this guy. This guy's just out there trying to swim. He's just trying to get his swim on. And the gays in particular are after this man and taking every photograph they can. I saw some guy yesterday who was
gays.
like, yes, some guy yesterday was like, I am not interested in the Olympics, not even in the slightest. And I am not interested in sports or swimming in the slightest. But if somebody could send me every photograph of Jules Boyer when he participates in the Olympics,
pain, man.
I will sign up for that notification list. So yeah, some eyeballs on all folks out there. And when I look at it, I go, look, some of the Arab countries, they have their beach volleyball players all covered up out there. And if that's what they want to do, that's fine. And if the Brazilian players want to come out there with a more revealing bikini, because that's what they're comfortable in, and stylistically, that's what they like. The only problem I have is when one tells the other what they should be wearing, right? When the Arab performers say the Brazilians can't wear that, or when the Brazilians say that the Arabs can't wear that, that's when the problem comes into play. You have to start with yourself. Focus on yourself, govern yourself in your own life, and mind your own business, and then go from there. But people don't tend to think about the world that way these days, unfortunately. Okay, protests in Venezuela. The opposition says it won, and won by a big margin. They say they won by like 70%, or they won with 70% of the vote, I should say. Maduro said, no, I got
winning
over
by
50%.
70% would be impressive.
That'd be a lot. But they won with 70% of the vote. They said around 70%. They doubled Maduro's votes. He says, absolutely not. I got the majority of the votes. I was the winner. And now it's like, what do you do? What happens next? Can anybody do anything about this? They said Maduro stole the last election that he was involved in, and that they rigged the vote tallies on that one, too. This story from Reuters says, Venezuela opposition leader Maria Machado said on Monday, the country's opposition has 73.2% of the voting tallies from Sunday's election, allowing it to prove election results, it says give it a victory. The National Electoral Authority has proclaimed incumbent President Nicolas Maduro the winner of the vote, giving him a third term in office and extending 25 years of Socialist Party rule. Congratulations. More of the same headed your way in Venezuela, in a country where one-third of the population has fled because of the economic crises brought onto them by Chavez, by Maduro, by this socialist revolution that has served no one except for the rich leaders that take all your money and live lavishly. It's really a disturbing thing to see what has happened there.
It's a crazy thought, too.
Yeah, my entire family fled from there.
Yeah.
Granted, early 2000s, but they certainly have friends and their extended family that are still dealing with all this crap. And
Can you think about that? Like a third of your country leaves? That's That's kind of bad in a terrible, terrible way. Like, it's outstanding.
I went a lot, like, growing up until they obviously left Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me recently in, like, my adult years that they went back to their house.
Yeah.
And it was, like, to imagine your house or the house that you grew up in, and you fled your country, and you go back to see that it has been completely destroyed.
Oh, man.
Like, because of, you know, the neighborhood you once lived in and your neighbors, not knowing if they're alive or dead, but seeing, like, the house that you grew up in completely in shambles. Like,
yeah.
It's just insane to think about.
Yeah, the money's wiped out. The value of their currency is wiped out.
Medicine.
Yeah, you like... You don't even have to pay in some instances for gas. Like, you can just trade stuff for gas because gas prices are artificially kept so low in Venezuela. And it throws off everything in their marketplace. You want to go get a steak dinner, you have to bring like a suitcase worth of the currency's cash, or do what they do in a lot of failing states. They just use U.S. dollars. You just give up on your own currency, start using another one, and everybody takes up to doing that in the marketplace. It's a big problem. And like I said, what do you do? Like, I can't even tell you who's telling the truth or who's lying. I don't know. I can't tell you because with something like an election, it's not like we have an official record that I could say I 100% trust this. And I would go with all the international folks on the ground and the experts in that, but you can't even tell with that yet. But they were tearing down statues of Hugo Chavez in different areas of the country. I saw several videos of that yesterday. Also, if you're going to dive into that world, lots of fake videos, including those being spread around by Elon Musk, where he said people were like stealing votes and it was people actually stealing air conditioner units. There's just a lot of fake stuff on Twitter.
Way to go,
X,
Elon.
whatever you want to call it. It's just that platform in particular is ripe with misinformation that then gets people angry over things that aren't real. My biggest gripe in the world is all of the people who are so angry over things that don't actually exist. Just something that some grifter has told you is an actual problem on social media. Escape the internet. Go outside. Adventure the world. Get laid. Have fun. Have a drink. Enjoy yourself. Get away from this stuff. It is really, really bad for you. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into the greatest pants ever invented. I don't know if you guys are going to like these, but it's important that we hear about them. Plus, how's Kamala doing so far? We've got some actual polls rolling in. What do they say? And are people still supporting RFK Jr.? That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
There's a bit of slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange. On I-4, you can expect your regular delays approaching State Road 429 intersection backups where John Young Parkway meets Vine Street there. And there's off-ramp backup from the Greenway southbound to Colonial Drive. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Curry Ford Road westbound at the Greenway. The right turn lane is blocked there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
The Injured on the Go, JustCallMo.com Real Radio Texas Charity Poker Tournament benefiting the mustard seed of Central Florida is sold out. But you can still join us and hang with your favorite celebrities in the ThatMortgageGuy.com casino. Enjoy food from Hard Rock Cafe and witness who wins it all at the Solar Source Final Table. And thanks to Mills Air for providing complimentary Michelob Ultras for our poker players. Saturday, August 17th at the Orlando Science Center. Casino passes are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas.
bonus. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted.
What?
It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices. On WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Shh. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Radio. 104.1.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the new...
Reminded, because I am a big Olympic supporter. I am watching. I tune in the mornings. I catch up. I watch all the clips and whatnot.
Quite the athletic supporter you are.
I am. And it's what I'm best at in sports. And I'm constantly reminded watching this coverage of all the sports that I'm so bad at. And I'll be like, oh, I tried that one time. Yeah, that was bad. Like, I'll see the surfing on, and I'll go, I remember that time I tried to surf. And my friends who were good at surfing hooked me up with everything. They're like, this is a top-line board. This is like the best wax, and I know how to do it perfectly. So they gave me like the perfect setup. Sean, now get out there and swim out there and catch a wave. And
is sex wax still one of the go-tos in the surfing world?
Is that Schmegma?
I don't know. It used to be the big one was sex wax.
That was the brand, and it was like there was no better example of the phrase "sex sells" than just naming your wax sex wax.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I got to buy sex wax for my surfboard.
Yeah. Then you say, why is it better? I don't know. On account of the sex part of it, everybody was buying it. It was number one purchased wax for like all the 90s and 2000s. Maybe it's still around.
And the last thing you would even want around while you're having sex is sex wax.
Yeah, it sounds terrible, actually. So the one time I went, they got put on a board and like, here you go, all but shoved me out there. And then I couldn't even like swim over the waves crashing in on me. And it kept knocking the board away from me and dragging me under. And I'm like drowning in the water. And I remember I told this story a long time ago because a little kid, he gets on the beach next to me. I'm like, good luck, buddy. And he goes out perfectly and has no problem and just starts like shredding on waves.
Nimble, man.
He had
no fear, little kids.
He had it. And I'm the type of person where I pretty much know on first attempt what my potential is. So, like, the first attempt at baseball, I'm going to be able to tell you, like, okay, I got a little bit of hope in this. I could be decent at this. And my first attempt at this or that, whatever it is, I'll know, like, what my potential would be within a very short period of time.
I wish I could do that. I'm too competitive. Where I'm like, just give me one more shot. Okay, this time for sure. And it, eventually maybe happens.
I feel like Sean was at that beach and he's like, good luck, kid. And as soon as the kid strapped on the board, you heard like
hanging 10 off the front of the board.
He's doing a handstand on his board, and Sean's like, what the F, man?
Speaking of that, I put this up on See It Now so everybody could take a look. That photo of this surfer, Gabriel Medina, have you seen it yet from the Paris Olympics?
His butt?
No, it's such a cool photo.
Whoa, that's photoshopped.
No, it's for real. He had just caught like one of the biggest waves because it's so a visual. Weird. It's up on the newsjunkie.com. And this is like equivalent of Trump after he gets shot, starting to do the fist pump and saying, fight, fight. This guy ramps up the top of a wave. He's a distance away from his surfboard, but it's at like the perfect height where it's the coolest looking photo. Like, that would be my photo for everything moving forward. This would just be my representation of me on Earth. I can't ever do this, though, unfortunately. So check it out. Go over to the newsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. It is such a cool shot. And that is absolutely going viral right now. I know.
Like, he's so weird. It doesn't look like movement.
He looks like he's standing on the ground, and he's 4 feet plus above this gigantic wave flying through the air with his finger pointed up to the sky as his surfboard is like up next to him. It's really something cool. Stevo says that's an epic photo. It is. Absolutely. Check it out. Go to the newsjunkie.com and go to the See It Now section of the website to take a peek. What else do we have before we get to some of your dispatches? Oh, these pants are supposed to be the next big thing. This is the breakthrough. I don't know how much they are yet, but I'm guessing pricey. They are exoskeleton pants.
Oh.
Go on.
All right. These are supposed to make you better in every way in your performances out there doing stuff in the wild.
Yeah,
and
you look like an effing weirdo.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
That's not cool looking, dude.
No, it's not.
That's not a cool look. It's like khaki type pants but they're like more all weather. And on the side, they have these exoskeleton parts, like widgets and stuff.
Like, I am part robot.
And you're supposed to like haul ass with these things on. Okay, here's somebody using them, I think. I don't know. Okay, yeah, you pop them into the pants and you like lock them in place. And then boom, you're Robot Man. It's like,
cool.
It looks so stupid. It
really does.
It is not a cool look. Like if you tried that out on the first date, you're like, hey babe, you want to see my, you can check out my exoskeleton pants.
Look how high I can jump, babe.
I got these from Mogo, and whoever you showed them to would be like, this is the absolute dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's not
I
good.
wait till you take those off to make love.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get the opportunity.
I would leave them on.
Think, yeah. All right, I'm going to put these up. Mogo. Hold on. Excuse me. Exoskeleton pants. All right.
And you don't have a price on these?
No. Can you find one? See if you can find a price. I don't even know if they're on the market just yet. I just see them teasing them.
No. Guess I'm not getting these.
What's the price on the Mogo?
The Mogo hiking pants are now available for pre-order. For how much do you think?
It's got to be at least 500, but maybe more. No, we got technology in these things. We got exoskeleton. 1,500.
I mean, how much technology? That's kind of just like a pulley.
I know, but they're going to say it's technology. You know how they're overselling. They're
There's
going
a lot of technology.
I mean, I would make them a little more discreet and then put the price tag on it.
There's nothing discreet about what I'm looking at here. Tammy says on YouTube, 400. Arya Shadowblade says 1,000. Aventosaurus says $69.
Nobody's close yet. It is pre-order for $4,500.
4,000?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
There's no way it helps out that much. You know what I paid $4,500 for? Did you see the legless guy?
That's more than the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, hold on. Paraplegic.
Which nobody's talking about that thing anymore.
Paraplegic torch. Did you see the guy who can't walk? Who was
seen a bunch? Yeah.
Who was carrying the Olympic torch?
No, I missed
hold
it.
on. So let me see if I can bring it up.
Says I think they said it's going to be $5,000 eventually. It's just $4,500 for the pre-order.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. So it's going to be even more expensive than that?
Honestly, I would think that if you are relying on those to like move around, that it's probably not going to be great for your muscles in the long run.
I don't know. It seems like we're not ready for this as a species yet. This right here, this should be $5,000. It's probably a lot more. Spoiler alert. This is a guy who can't walk. He's paralyzed. And they put this Wander something. I can't read the whole name brand. This suit on him.
I've seen those before.
And he's made to walk. This man cannot walk, but he's walking with this machine.
Fun little dance they're doing.
With the Olympic torch.
Why is he holding the torch so low?
I don't know. He's walking, so I think he's kind of
some
enamored with
confidence in that machine.
Absolutely, and very exciting. How long did this take for him to get to the next spot?
It's not the fastest jaunt that he's on, but it still is impressive that a man that's his wheelchair right next to him. They're pushing along. He can't walk, and they put him in this suit. That one's a cool suit. Wander something is the name he has. That's cool. It's a lot cooler than some exoskeleton pants.
So $5,000 for the Mogo. Early adopters get the $500 discount. But for skeptics or hikers who want to take it for a little test ride, the company will be offering day rentals for $80.
That is the most nerdy thing I've ever heard of in my life. Day rentals of exoskeleton pants is just, I can't even allow that to happen, I don't think. It's
do you have
too much.
someone in mind that will definitely pay that money for it?
I don't know anybody that would wear these.
They're the ones that have the shoes with all the toes.
I'm trying to think. Like maybe Austin would give them a whirl.
No.
Austin likes technology and stuff, and maybe let's see how fast I can run with these, Sean.
They're trying to position themselves to be the inventors of a new type of wear. They're calling it move wear, like a play on outerwear or sleepwear. It's move wear.
But it looks too clunky, doesn't it? Like this is.
I want to know what it does. What does it do?
It connects to your bottom leg and your top leg, and I guess it's supposed to give you a little extra boost. Like when you ride an e-bike, but it's giving you a little
Yes.
assistant.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
this
yeah.
is supposed to be like that for walking. A little extra boost you get out of it. But it'd be cool if you could do that and like jump 7 feet in the air. I'm on board.
If you think this thing is nerdy, wait till you hear the inspiration for the name because it's for hiking and climbing. They named the Mogo after one of the best climbers, best animal climbers in the world, the mountain goat.
Oh my God. That's what the Mogo is for? Mountain goat?
Yeah.
Bad name.
It says these are pants with special electric drive systems built in that takes 40% of the entire load on the legs. The device helps with a sense, and its charge is enough for 3 hours. That's what you can do with these. So what a world we're living in. Go check both those things out over on thenewsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. Let's see. We want to talk about these polls that are coming in. How's it looking for Kamala Harris as she's launching her campaign? Right now, she had sort of a honeymoon period. I think that might be waning a bit right now as people get to see a little bit more. But she had a good 2 weeks or so, week maybe. And the latest Yahoo News YouGov poll conducted when Biden was on the brink of ending his campaign, they said it showed Kamala Harris and Trump tied nationally at 46%. And then the poll that went into the field right after Biden's debate performance had her 2 back. So she had already come up to, I think some of that was people who were expecting that she would be the eventual nominee. The only really solid poll that we have after all of this, which people are touting today, saying we've got basically a tie, Kamala Harris versus Trump in the 1v1, is a poll from Canada. And I don't trust much Canadian stuff, so I'm going to wait until there's a couple more polls out to compare this to. But at least that's something we can look at right now. We can also listen to you and see what you have on your mind. Here goes Cheryl. She's talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. Venezuela. Hello? Hello?
Deadpool and Wolverine, I was expecting so much more because I love the Deadpool movies. It was a massive disappointment.
No way. That is the first I've heard anybody say anything like that.
No, somebody in chat earlier said the movie bootleg leaked to YouTube and they thought it was a disappointment. But is that like DVD rip quality, or because no movie is good when it's a screener in the theater?
No, screener's the good thing. You're talking about cam.
What do they call it? A cam shot.
Yeah, where
movie.
they set up their phone in the theater.
Yeah, you see people walking by and like the camera's moving around. Laughing. Yeah, the audio sucks. No movie is good that way. You could watch the best movie in the world, like Butt Boy, like that, and you're not going to enjoy the film.
I was reading a Reddit thread where somebody was talking about it, and they were like, I didn't know that those types of movies were illegal because like my family grew up having them. Like they grew up in New York. You could always find somebody selling a bunch of DVDs of a movie that somebody had gone in and used the video camera, and it was so normal in their family that they didn't know that it was a big deal. I just don't see it's so distracting to watch a video of a video that I can't do it.
I agreed. I don't like that at all. I'd rather just wait personally for the experience to be the way that it should be. But you guys might have experienced this. There's an art to, if you go to flea markets, I think still to this day, every flea market seems to have like a bootleg DVD guy. Mm-hmm. And there was an art to this. They would pull out their DVDs of movies in the theaters at that moment, and they would have made themselves the DVD cover.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and printed it out, and you could tell that you did it in that ink printer, and some colors were off, little pixelated.
Sometimes they photoshopped it to make it look.
Put in.
Yeah, it was an art form of them making these bootleg graphics for the bootleg DVDs that you might be picking up for a couple of bucks.
I've seen them where they try to get you on the quality by editing in the studio intros that are like from a real source, not from the thing.
Like the lion.
Like the THX thing, or
that, or the Universal Pictures and Lion, same thing.
And you're like, damn, this is high
this
quality.
Is good quality. And then the actual movie starts, you're like, nope, this is crap.
And I see someone walk into the bathroom right now.
Yeah, and somebody's eating popcorn in the row in front of the camera recording. No,
good old days.
Here's Janine with the dispatch. Hello?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
This is Janine. I thank you for the bowling event.
Oh.
It was great to see you guys.
You too.
Sean, I was one of the last ones that had been drinking and came up and talked to you, so I apologize for if I rambled and I could not remember Courtney's name like an idiot.
Oh, you're fine.
However, we're going to see Deadpool this afternoon, and what is wrong with people? My God, why is there always have to be a complaint about everything? And why would you go to see a movie when you don't know what was going to happen? Holy cow. I literally think people spend their time looking for things to
complain
to get upset about.
Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a lot of people who are on the
Just came up
hunt.
today. Ready?
Everything's offensive. Everything is racist, sexy or mean.
Sexy.
24.
That was when
2016 you made.
Yeah. That was when I had to get him to redo it because he said, instead of sexist, he said sexy. Offensive, sexy, and mean. 2024 is different, though. It's people who are all in there. Actually, I would back up. 2024 looks like this to me in a nutshell. In a nutshell, I see like 20% of the populace locked in to crazy left-wing politics that make them miserable. The world is ending and everybody's terrible, et cetera, et cetera. They get fed a fire hose of information that gives them the cognitive bias that they're looking for. It says, yes, this is indeed how the world is, and you're right, you're right, you're right. There's 20% of the world that's on the right doing the same exact thing for completely opposite reasons, getting fed a completely different version of what's going on in reality. And then there's like a bunch of people who are just normal human beings who never go on Twitter, who don't even know what the trending political story of the week is, who kind of just look up from their desk and go, what's happening? All right, that's cool. I'm going to go watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
Exactly.
You know? Like the people who just want to be entertained, they want to live their life, they want to enjoy themselves, they want to have fun.
It's exhausting, all the other crap. Where I'm like, all right, y'all do you.
Yeah, there's so
watch
much
some
of
fail
that.
vids.
It's like I said, when I see that there's so many people who are so upset about things that aren't true, it's disheartening because you deserve to enjoy your time on this planet. You don't have it's a finite amount. You don't have an unlimited amount. You have a finite amount of time, and you should make the most of it. Quick break. We're running a little behind. When we come back, we'll hear from I want to get to this woman who blew up in a courtroom at some point. And another Secret Service lapse in security, or so they say. Is that true? We'll see. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll review Deb's choice for What You Do That's New, Indian Prostitute Villages. At 4:45, we'll get Jack's Olympic update, find out the medal count, who's doing what. At 5:20, we invite our buddy Scott Brown in studio for It's Only Money, plus 4 tickets to see Monster Jam at the Kia Center.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The on-ramp from Central Florida Parkway to I-4 westbound, that's partially blocked due to an accident, and authorities are still working on that accident on Curry Ford Road westbound at the Greenway there. Travel with caution. Other than that, it's pretty mellow on the roadways, except congestion. You could expect your regular delays approaching State Road 429. There's slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
Do you already have a mortgage and you're wondering if it's any good? A recent study showed that less than 20% of people compare the first mortgage quote they get. Well, don't be a slacker. Get peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to thatmortgageguy.com. He can help. It's so easy to compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don. Just go to the website, hit the button that says compare, and upload your quote. That Mortgage Guy Don will tell you if it's any good or make sure to get you the best deal. Start the process today with an expert and a friend that you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That
I'm John Morgan, and I'm asking you to stand with me and vote yes on Amendment 3. Amendment 3 will be on your ballot in November, and it will allow adults to possess or safely use marijuana, and that's a very good thing. Amendment 3 will put an end to bad laws that not only cost us millions in law enforcement dollars, but also cost thousands of Floridians their freedom. Nearly 250 years ago, our nation declared our independence. Now it's time for us to declare our independence from laws that demand jail time for simply having or consuming marijuana. Our system of treating adults who consume marijuana as criminals is madness. Join me, John Morgan, in supporting our own Declaration of Independence and vote for the people and vote yes on Amendment 3.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3, 321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We need your help to protect your right to AM radio in your car. AM is always there in times of need with the key information for our community. The overwhelming majority of legislators support a bill to keep AM radio in cars, but time is running out. Please text the two letters AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. Text AM to 52886.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month. Text stop to stop. A message from the station.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. Now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free.
Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS or visit newsouthwindow.com.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
iHeartRadio is live from Paris.
The Paris Olympics underway.
With NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. 24 hours a day, you can listen to live coverage of swimming, basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, and all your favorite sports. Plus, Team USA exclusive coverage from Paris. Bring the summer games with you from your phone to your car, on your Alexa, or wherever you listen. Open the free iHeart app now and enable push notifications for live updates from Paris. iHeartRadio, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Radio 104.1. A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers.
I can get behind this. I think I'm with this. We're going to hear from the Secret Service in just a moment. They're testifying again today, and they said there may have been another problem in Nashville at a Trump appearance. So I'll tell you what allegedly happened there. and we'll see if it's an actual, issue or not. But this I liked. I saw this from the Associated Press, and I was like, I can get behind this. As you know from listening to this show, I'm an American through and through, red, white, and blue. I bleed, actually, red, white, and blue. If you slice me open, wow, you'll see that Old Glory pours through all the holes in my body, as they say. And I am behind this all the way because right now, for once, this doesn't happen very often, there's a bipartisan effort to do something that seems like the most obvious thing in the world to do. And that is to require when I say they, I mean the federal government, when I say use money, I mean taxpayer dollars, your money, right? When they use taxpayer dollars or your money to purchase American flags, which they do to the tune of millions and millions of dollars every single year, Congress is now pushing a proposal to require that those be American flags that have only been completely manufactured in the United States of America. And that seems pretty obvious to me. Most of the time when we buy all these American flags, believe it or not, like even the ones you might see behind a president or a candidate, they got all those patriotic American flags behind them in the shot.
Like that giant one that was in the air behind Trump after when he got shot.
Could be. I didn't take a look, but it very well could be that was made in China. Of all places, China. China is the country that comes up and makes all of this crap. They make everything because they leaned into capitalism underneath their communist structure, and they went hard in that direction. And so they said, we'll make everything for the world. We don't care what it is. And we said, we'll just gobble up everything from the world. We want cheap prices. And I don't care if the flags cost us a little bit more. I agree with that 100%. All American flags that our U.S. government is buying that is on display at any government building should be manufactured right here in the United States of America. The idea that we let some little Chinese manufacture it with some little Chinese kid with his little Chinese kid fingers making that American flag is just wrong in more ways than one. We need to have American hands making American flags, and that's where our taxpayer dollars should go. So
I don't care
agree.
who makes my stuff.
Yeah, and that will never actually come to fruition.
Oh, I think it will.
They're gonna be like, it's way cheaper.
I think it could come to fruition 100%. I think there's enough people who would parallel with Sean's take on this that they could push that through and make that be a rule, a law. I just don't care.
Well, it's bipartisan. Republican Senator Susan Collins of Maine and Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio said that they want to do this. They also said, if you look at how many flags we buy, the U.S. imported some 10 million American flags. 99.5% came from China. 10 million flags in 1 year alone. 10 million flags. 99.5% of them came from China. Damn. I think we could make our own flags at the very least. This used to be a controversy. There was a year, it was Clinton was running for office because they made a documentary about this. And they had found out that either Clinton or his competitor at the time, his opponent, one of the two of them.
HW?
It may have been. It may have been HW. I'm not sure. I'm loose on this timeline. But they were getting their all their merch and their signs and all of the stuff for their campaign was being made in another country. And they're like, I'm sorry, doesn't he care about jobs in the United States of America? Why are they outsourcing all of their merch and their hats and their shirts and their signs and all this stuff to another country? How could you do this? And they would be ashamed of it. And it would get hit. The polls would hit hard after you did something like that. Now, all of a sudden, people just forget about this entirely. They're like, who cares? We'll just like C-Lane. Just give me the best deal. Take the China flag.
I like how they do the thing. They need to learn, take a page from Apple, where they put like this designed in America.
That's so smart, isn't it? It's so tricky.
Designed in California, assembled in Vietnam.
Like all of the process, except for the person who did the AutoCAD drawing or whatever it is done in another country. And they go, designed in San Francisco and assembled elsewhere. Okay, we know what's going on. We should be buying with taxpayer dollars American products, American-made items. And I think that should go like to all kinds of things. I don't even know the extent of if we have tax credits for electric vehicles, which we absolutely do. We're funding, taxpayers are, the electric vehicle market in so many ways. If we're doing that, I hope those are only going to American-based electric vehicle companies. I don't want other companies from other countries getting this.
I think it costs too much to import electric vehicles right now.
Because they put tariffs on them.
Yeah.
To control the competition.
Because what was that brand that you were talking about from overseas?
The Chinese one
that made like a real decent electric vehicle.
Yeah, for $5,000 or $7,000, or it wasn't super expensive, and it looked fairly nice, but they put huge tariffs on it. So you want to bring that $7,000 vehicle into the United States? There's a $30,000 tariff. Now you can't outprice Tesla or any of the competitors, or Ford or GM or whoever's making those vehicles. In that way, as described right now, I am truly America first, as much as I possibly could be. I believe every country should be them first. We should center ourselves and help ourselves first, and the worst among us, and then we should see what we could do to help other people where we can around the world. But simple stuff like this is like, hey, give our money to American companies over giving our money, taxpayer dollars, to Chinese companies. I'd rather have it stay in the United States of America. I just think that's better, and I agree with those people. All right, when we come back, I got the Secret Service thing. I'm going to wait for that because the clip I have is pretty interesting, and it's them going into what they knew when, and it's worth dicing that up and getting the drama out of that a little bit later on in the show. Kevin says on YouTube, China will send the flag, the pole, the string separately, and then they'll be combined in the USA, and they'll say they are, then it would say assembled in America, I think. Because they do get tricky with the language.
Made with a tiny asterisk.
I want fully made in America, right? I want the flag to be, you don't have to design it here. We know what the design is. I want all of the work from the printing of the flag to the sewing of the flag, whatever you're doing, anything you're doing, I want it done in the United States of America if our taxpayer dollars are going for it. So that's just what I think. Tell me what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. John says, Americans demand $20 an hour. That's why things are more expensive. No, politicians demand $20 an hour. That's who's doing that. It's politicians who are saying, no, it'll be fair. Things will be fair only if it's $30 an hour, $40 an hour minimum wage. These are people who lack any understanding of how economies work and how if the lowest rung is paid this, then that becomes the bottom of the barrel, even if we squish the middle class in the process. And if it costs more for the United States government to buy U.S. flags made in America, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because it stays, our money stays in our country and goes to our companies. That is where I'm happy with things. Okay, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Travis Barker almost died in a plane crash, and now some rich weirdo has a shot at his boarding pass. What's your wage again? The internet is shooketh, and this week it's because a writer at the Rolling Stones is so off their rocker it should be illegal. Plus, Snoop D-O-double-G gets his very own Dispensizzle, yo. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
There'll be more swimming medals won in Paris today. The U.S. grabbed 4 yesterday, including 2 in the women's 400 individual medley.
Katie Grimes going for it. Grimes gets the silver. Wyatt gets the bronze for the U.S.
Katie Grimes and Emma Wyatt getting it done. Action today has included an upset in women's tennis. Coco Gauff was eliminated in singles competition. She's still alive in doubles and mixed doubles.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this afternoon, we're going to warm up to 94 degrees, feeling like 107. And there will be a 60% chance for some late-day thunderstorms developing. Instead of yesterday's mid-afternoon storms, it'll be more like a evening, commute time, or maybe even dinner time thunderstorm setup. I'm also still monitoring activity in the tropics. Could bring some rain to the region this weekend. Stay with the Fox 35 Storm Team for the latest on what may develop.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
Me and the kids were always messaging. They LOL'd, I ROFL'd, but then I changed phone and the bubbles went green. But where there's a fill, there's a way. And I found a way to share what's in here. I'm tapping my heart.
WhatsApp, the place to safely send messages between different devices. Message privately with everyone.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials. But if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it is so important your air conditioner works perfectly every time. That's why I suggest a call to our friends at Mills Air. In business since 1992, that's 30 years of experience in keeping Central Florida nice and cool. And their techs are awesome. They can service any brand out there. Don't worry about what kind of AC you have. And Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today and schedule your appointment. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
And now, another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Shh. Well, it can't be cheap. Do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle. Unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A., copyright 2024.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. If you've been in a car accident, you need to know a term. It's called statute of limitations. That means you have 2 years from the time of the accident to actually file a lawsuit if need be. If you don't do that, you're going to lose your rights to the claim. Now, sometimes some lawyers will wait till the last minute to file or contact you with just about a month left saying that they don't know if they want to proceed with your case. Be careful with that. For more information, contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, office Orlando.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
helping to spread awareness, or whatever the new buzz term is. We're not actually doing any.
Entertainment and beyond. It's a Share the Show Tuesday, friends. And that means you can go to thenewsjunkie.com/share, follow along with any of our social accounts, and make sure you're sharing the show today. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, konnichiwa. Okay.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Dawn. ThatMortgageGuyDawn.com. That's exactly where you go if you're ready to buy your first dream home. Perhaps you're looking to refinance your dream home that you already own, or you're looking to expand your business. There is so much that Don can help you with, and the best part is that he's going to give you the real. He's going to be honest with you. He has your best interest in mind. He's not going to treat you like a number, and you can see that immediately when you go to the website. Start the process today with an expert and a friend that you could trust. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was a mere 23 years ago, 2001. This guy right here.
Marilyn Manson.
And it was on this day that he sexually assaulted an Ozfest security guard by doing what, you ask? Wrapping his legs around him and then rubbing his testicles on the poor man's bald head.
Jeez.
It was on this day that he was arrested, and then I guess, well, I don't know if he was arrested, but he was charged later on, and it was reduced to disorderly conduct without any sort of genitalia involved. So don't do that.
Was it his
rock
naked
stars.
genitalia?
His balls were involved. I believe that was in the original indictment. And thus why it became on this day in history. We also have another historical moment, and that is the Osbournes apologizing rather quickly. Was it 2 weeks ago that they talked a little bit of smack about Britney Spears? And now they are sorry.
Oh my God, I just remembered something. Can we apologize to Britney Spears?
Oh, yeah. Britney, I really owe you an apology. I'm so sorry for making that comment. However, it would be better if you didn't do the same dance every day. Change a few
Every
movements.
day.
Listen, I like Britney
I love
a lot. I love Britney Spears.
And?
But it's the same dance every day.
No, sometimes
Jen's having a time.
Sometimes
she has knives.
I literally was just about to say the same thing Kelly Osbourne said.
I don't want to go out the way to hurt anyone. To be offensive. I really do apologize.
So he is sorry. Just change it up, Brittany. That's all that they ask.
Every time I hear that podcast, I'm like, people really listen to this.
All right.
I can imagine, though, that it is very entertaining to be in the same room with Ozzy. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
like,
if
I
you
would
can
love to
figure out what he's saying.
I would love to talk to Ozzy. I'm all for that. My problem is just like they're all talking over each other, and I can't understand like 90% of what anybody's saying.
And thus, they get paid six figures for it. The
Yeah.
Osbournes, baby. I feel like a petition should start because maybe there's a deadline, a quota to meet, but this has to be the most outrageous thing that I have seen from Rolling Stone. They have now said that this gal right here,
Hawk Girl,
the Hawk Girl, a.k.a. Haley Welch, is, and I quote the Rolling Stone, Gen Z's Dolly Parton.
No.
That is the most insane thing that you could say.
Let's see. One has been a historically significant businesswoman, entrepreneur.
One of the greatest songwriters of multiple generations.
dozens of hit songs, classic appearances in movies and TV shows.
She helped a lot of people with COVID-19. I mean, it's just
provides books for poor kids and does. This is just like a tip of the iceberg. And the other one said Hawk Tua.
Yeah, so
during an interview.
a prolific singer-songwriter, over 100 million records worldwide. She had 44 career top 10 country albums, the most of any artist ever. An actress, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and style icon. And then we have Hawk Tua Girl. So here are some of the responses on the internet, and thus, rightfully so. This is sick. How could they insult my beautiful Dolly? Shocked and appalled, rolling in my grave already as a living being. And the generation's Dolly Parton is Dolly Parton.
They're trolling, right? Like, they have to be.
I mean, did they print that? They put it in the print?
Rolling
Someone's buying
Stone
that?
lost all edge. Rolling Stone is a boring magazine, at least has
Okay,
been
but
for the
that's
last
not even
10
an
years.
edgy thing to say. It's just absurd. Is it
Yes,
not?
of course. But I think that there's a lot of these publications. A good example is like Teen Vogue, but there's many other publications out there.
Tiger Beat.
They post stuff all the time that nobody really agrees with, but they know is just going to cause a huge furor, and then they're going to get a bunch of clicks, and then that's a business
Is
model.
that where we're at, Rolling Stone?
That's where Rolling Stone is at.
That is
I don't
sad.
think that's where they should be at, because I think every time you do that, it's a ding to your brand. Like, every dumb story is a ding, 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 ding to your brand until people are like, Rolling Stone is not cool anymore,
I
which
don't
is
even think
not.
Gen Z would agree with that.
No, I don't think anybody thinks Rolling
I
Stone
don't
is
even
like
think
a cool
Hawk
hit
Tua
magazine.
Girl would agree with that.
Rolling Stone magazine was the coolest when it first came out. The first episode, or the first edition of the magazine, which I have, came with a clip for your joints, like, to smoke roaches that you had left around.
Roach clip.
A roach clip. And from there, they like blew up all kinds of big stories about people stealing money from the concert industry. And they did all this stuff to start off big. And then now it's like this dumb, useless stuff.
Yeah, I think they're throwing stuff out there just to get attention because the brand is kind of stale. They just
Okay,
published.
but that's like a stupid way to get attention.
It
I'm
is.
some digging, man.
But we're talking about it. They just published a list of.
Not in a good way, though.
Never again, man.
No, what I'm saying is not in a good way. Just because we're talking about them doesn't mean it doesn't hurt them. I truly believe that. Like, I don't think that helps their brand in the long run.
But they just did a list of like the 100 best album covers of all time, and number one was something I'd never even heard of, and the one that probably should arguably be like the most iconic of all time, Nirvana's Nevermind, was number 10.
Yeah, of course they did that.
How many Nevermind albums could you buy with $80 million?
Quite a few.
Yeah, because that's exactly what Robert Downey Jr. is getting paid. It's a nine-munning amount, is what someone with dyslexia would say. Mind-numbing amount of money.
There you go.
And a lot of perks.
It's so much money that it's hard to consider and say.
Robert Downey Jr. is set to make when he plays Dr. Doom. Now, he revealed San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend. It was a shocking announcement that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be back, baby, but not as Iron Man, but as Dr. Doom. And then we found out throughout the show yesterday that in a comic of some sort that they actually did cross paths. Either way, we'll see in May of, wait for 2026. Can I tell you what also just drives me insane?
What?
Is teasers for movies that are coming out 3 to 4 years from now.
True.
Wait
It's too
a
far.
little bit, man. I'm supposed to mark my calendar. You know how much could happen in 2 years to 3 years?
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a rumor going around that it's $80 million plus that he's going to be making to play Dr. Doom.
Not bad.
Let's see if you've got any of that money when it comes to one of the guys from this band right here.
I took her out.
Blink-182.
Blink-182 is right, and Travis Barker sold a personal boarding pass for that flight, I guess, in which he almost died in.
What?
It's, all going towards a great cause. The auction also included, we talked about this auction, the Y-Wing model that was used on screen.
Yeah. Star Wars, yeah.
That miniature, I have now the final number. Do you know how much it sold for?
It must have been a lot, because that's a big thing for
So
Star
tiny,
Wars
though.
nerds.
It could
And
break in
Star
your
Wars
pocket.
nerds are loaded up. Some
Yes,
of
they
them
are.
got big cash. I say $75,000.
That is an amount. It would go up.
$100,000.
$1.6 million.
For that miniature?
For the miniature. It was that personal boarding pass of Travis's sold for $8,000.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it featured a handwritten message that said, "I know I got angels watching over me." From Travis.
I must have really, really good angels watching over me because I've never even been in a plane crash. No.
Knock on wood, man.
If the angels watching over him still made him go through a plane crash, my angels are kicking ass over here.
The boarding pass lasted, but not the tattoos on his back or the other people on the plane.
The boarding
which is so strange.
The boarding pass is not from that flight, I don't believe.
It was just Sunday jet.
It was a flight earlier this year, but if you're the one that spent $8,000 on it, I would say that's from when he almost died.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a juicier story. Thank you, C-Lane. On the boob tube, we've got Olympic highlights with Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson on Peacock. We also have primetime Olympic coverage on NBC. Celebrity Family Feud with Daughtry and Papa Roach, which should be crazy. And Watch What Happens Live has Rob Delaney. All the repeats on late night as well as Olympic coverage. And you follow your dreams. I'm me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Give it a follow. And most importantly, say with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Who's doing the coverage with Kevin Hart? What's his name?
Kenan Thompson.
Kenan Thompson. Can I just say, shout out to Kenan Thompson. Is he not one of the coolest guys? He's just been just doing his thing. Just for a long time, he's been putting it out there, working on SNL forever and a day.
All that, baby.
I got to give it to him. I think he seems like a cool guy, so I like him. All right, let us know what's going on in your world. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and fire us off a dispatch right now. The Secret Service, was there another issue in Nashville? We'll check in. Plus, the Secret Service testifying in front of Congress, dropping some bombs. We'll listen to that testimony in just a moment. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
There's a lot of congestion northbound and southbound on Orange Avenue between Oak Ridge Road and Holden Avenue. You can expect your regular delays at the ramp junction where the beach line meets Florida's Turnpike. There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for here on Curry Ford Road westbound at the Greenway. There's an earlier accident on the beach line eastbound before International Drive. The right shoulder is blocked there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Taste Central Florida, presenting its 33rd annual culinary celebration Saturday, August 10th at Signia by Hilton Orlando Bonnet Creek. Join us for an evening sampling culinary delights prepared by area chefs. There'll be a silent auction, music, and more benefiting Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida and Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, too. Tickets are available at tastecfl.org. That's tastecfl.org. Sponsored by Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida, a not-for-profit organization.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day, but when we're driving, cooking, working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Call 844-ADD-HELP-5. That's 844-ADD-HELP-5.
In today's Marketers Report, Erica Taylor, Chief Marketing Officer of Genentech, weighs in on audio's ability to reach any audience.
Everyone is listening somewhere, somehow. So it's a great way to take something very precise in what we're trying to do to reach patients with something that I think we can all agree is somewhat broad in reaching many, many different audiences.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Millions of people are losing weight on semaglutide, the main ingredient in Ozempic. Are you ready to join the weight loss revolution? At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we can help with high-quality FDA-approved medications and the support of our licensed medical team. The doctors at Red Mountain have been at the forefront of medical weight loss for over 25 years. We offer meal plans to speed your progress and medical solutions for side effects or muscle loss, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Trust your weight loss journey to a medical practice, not an online pharmacy. At Red Mountain Weight Loss, we offer quality semaglutide, medical supervision, and ongoing support, all for less than half the price of Ozempic. Go to redmountainweightloss.com or hit pound 250 on your phone, keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. Full strength semaglutide in stock and ready to ship today.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code OIL25.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
Maybe parents, some parents will know about this, and others who are aware, let us know with the dispatch. When I see a story like this, and I got a news or nonsense for you in just a moment, but the story that I saw from the Associated Press was that tongue tie, a condition in infants that can affect breastfeeding, may be overdiagnosed in the United States and too often treated with an unnecessary surgery, according to this doctor's group. And like tongue tie, does it have anything to do with your actual speech patterns? Because I've not heard of this. Have you been told about tongue tie as a new dad, C-Lane?
Not about the baby, but my cousin told me that I might have it.
Oh, really?
Is it like when your flap under your tongue is
It does have to do with
the
that.
edge?
Yeah, it does have to do with the thing under your tongue, the tissue that tethers the bottom of your tongue's tip to the floor of the mouth.
It was during a time on the show where we were talking about my journey with the CPAP and like all that stuff and my snoring and all that. And my cousin who knows, it's kind of in that field goes, you probably have tongue tie.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know that was a real thing.
I didn't either. And I guess it's more about whether or not kids can breastfeed now when they diagnose it, as opposed to when they're like speaking and their speech patterns are altered by it. And people may hear you or me and be like, well, you don't have any speech issues. I had to go to speech therapy when I was in middle school and elementary school because I had different things that I was battling at the time. I still have it pop up every now and then when I say things like Christmas, my words smashed together, and I end up with this like speech impediment that I've had. But overall, because I went to these classes, which I'm incredibly grateful for, I don't have a lot of the vestiges of some kind of speech impediment. So if it has to do with that, I hope they're hyper-focusing on it. I hope kids get helped out as much as they possibly could need to. I don't even know if they do that anymore. When they used to go and they'd be like, Sean, you get pulled out of class. I would go into a portable with one speech teacher. It was just me and her for an entire period. I think it was twice a week. And
one of my siblings had it.
Did they?
Yeah.
I want to know, do they still focus on that now? Because I did personally find it very helpful, even though it might have been embarrassing at the time that I went through that.
Yes, and I believe that is still a thing. I mean, my sibling was doing it for a stutter, and it certainly helped. Now, when it comes to the tongue-tying thing, I think that's a lot to do with the physical, I don't know, like, here's my tongue tie. Like, they cut something on the bottom.
Yes, they do a surgery.
Like, working with you to figure out what's going on, like not mentally, but just how things are firing off.
You're talking about exercises versus surgery,
right? And is just snipping that really surgery?
Oh, it seems like it to me.
I mean, it's healing, man.
I answer this.
Ow.
Do you consider a circumcision to be a surgery?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't?
I don't know. I just thought like it's a cut, and then they bandage it up, and I never thought of that. I think of surgery as like prepare the OR.
Sure, I mean outpatient, but it's still a procedure.
Yeah, I mean there's different ways to say to define surgery, but I would define surgery as any type of medical intervention that involves you doing some cutting of the human anatomy and
local
circumcision.
anesthetic?
Circumcision would definitely impact that, or would definitely fall within the boundaries of that definition, I should say.
But if they don't do that and they're saying that it affects them when it comes to speaking in the future and as an adult, then, where does that lie as far as what these doctors are saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want them to be overdiagnosed, so I'm with the doctors on that. But I don't want them to back off too much, because if it does affect the speech patterns of these kids, it attacks my theory for young children at the core. And my theory is that the most important things, this is a very simple theory, folks, but in 2024, a lot of people have lost track of this. I think that we should do absolutely everything within our power to make sure every single kid, regardless of financial situation or their parents or anything, learns how to read and write and speak as good as they possibly can. Everything we have to throw at them to make sure that they can do that is of utmost importance. And the ball, if you don't know this is true, the ball is being dropped on that. There are a ton of kids, big chunks in some of these bad school districts that don't know how to read coming out of school. What kind of value are you going to be to somebody looking to hire another individual if you could barely string a sentence together, or if you could barely read anything when presented with it, or write anything down? And that writing goes to digital writing as well. So I think it still maintains relevance in 2024. But I think these kind of things are important. Let us know if you have a child who's been through that experience, if that's still going on in schools and they still put focus on that. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and you'll see where you can record your dispatch right now. Here we go. Is it news or is it nonsense?
Is this news or is this nonsense? The rumors spread in every sense. Can we trust the things we hear or just live in constant fear?
All right, here we go. A story about a Costco location that is under fire enough that the Daily Mail would write this news story about them. And is it news or is it nonsense? A do-gooder claimed they were prevented from doing something nice at a Costco in this short clip because, of course, they filmed themselves to post it on social media, right?
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
Gotta show the world the good stuff you're doing out there. The guy goes up to the self-checkout terminal at Costco. And there is a problem here that I think Costco should remedy. But he puts in 50 hot dogs and the bill, $75. He says, all I want to do is go feed the homeless, and I want to give them 50 hot dogs. And Costco won't let me. Costco's holding me down. Costco's holding the hobos down who just want a delicious hot dog. And let's be real, especially now that they've added onions to the bar of condiments where you can put the accoutrements on your hot dog at Costco.
Not everyone.
The one that I go to, boom, just had it. Did they have the bucket of food for the end of times? No, they did not. Did they have the giant candle that Serena wanted? No, they did not. But at least they had the onions for their super cheap hot dogs. So when he puts his money in, pays for the 50 hot dogs, they say it's $75. What a steal. And then when he goes up to get them, they say, hi, sir, you have to refund your hot dog order. We cannot sell 50 hot dogs. Only 5 per person, said the Costco worker.
Oh, weird.
You have a minute to eat it here. You cannot take it outside, they said.
Oh, that's baloney.
He said, good to know. Customer service was quick to process the $75 refund, but did not provide any further explanation. And they just said, it's a limit of 5 per person. When I look at this, I go, okay, the guy was just trying to go viral to begin with. But if he really did want to buy some food for some homeless people, cool, awesome. That's great. I love programs that do that.
Homeless people.
I would encourage you more so, as opposed to trying to do it yourself, to actually go to the facilities that have expertise in this, not worry about making a TikTok, and give the money that you're going to spend on those hot dogs.
Come on, where's the likes, though, man?
Yeah,
Too bad.
That's how you fund the hot dogs.
Sorry. I want them to take the $50 that they were going to spend on, or $75 they were going to spend on these hobo dogs, and go to the shelters that actually do the work. They're the ones that do the work. You don't do the work. They tirelessly work day in and day out to try to help people, some of whom don't want help, some of whom do, but they work through all of that. They put the effort in. They know how to feed people. It's like things that we have great resources here locally. Really, there's no excuse why anybody is out on the streets. We have things like a place called Second Harvest Food Bank. We have all of these places. They're better at it than you, okay? Don't try to do this yourself. Let the experts take care of this. and point the people who need help in their direction. But Costco has every right to put a limit on the amount of items they're going to sell you. You can't buy 50 hot dogs because that's their rule.
I agree that they have the right to do that, where they, kind of control things by saying, like Publix does the same thing. If there's a particularly hot item that's BOGO or something that's been kind of hard to acquire, like whenever somebody makes a stink and says, oh my gosh, the paper towels are going to have a shortage, and then you just go buy every package of paper towels at the store and ruin it for everybody else. They have things in play where they say limit to this many per customer, limit this many BOGOs per customer. That's fine. I don't think they should have the right to tell you, you have to finish your hot dog here.
I agree with that, too.
That's stupid.
That's weird. Like, you're forcing me to eat it in your establishment. No other food place would do that.
Right. Also, where are these homeless people coming from? Are they just hanging out outside Costco?
I don't think he had that thought out. I think that he was just like, I'm making my video. I'm going to buy $75 worth of hot dogs, and that is not expensive to make something that goes viral.
Almost like he knew that the Costco was going to shut him down. Like he knew the rule ahead of time and was like, this is why I'm making the video.
Oh.
Yeah, I say it's nonsense. I say it's not a news story.
I wonder if it's that same guy that we've seen before, because there was a video that we watched where something was going on at Costco, and he was being a little bit of a stink, and one of the Costco employees said to the other, like, this guy's a TikToker.
Yeah,
it was the one who like printed the barcode for something on his shirt, or there's something weird he was doing.
Yeah, did you see the other Costco clip that went viral? This was my favorite. Let me see if I can bring this up. This guy was living life. He's not going to let people steer him in any direction. And he deserved to go viral. Let me see, Costco. I'll bring this up. There's a man who simply ate across the Costco while somebody else was videotaping. And here's the clip. Let me see. I'll take down the music. I'll put this up on See It Now. It's just, there's nothing about this guy that truly stands out. He's just an Asian man hanging out at a Costco right next to the Kirkland Signature umbrella in the little food court area. And he's eating a Costco hot dog wrapped in a slice of Costco pizza.
Whoa.
And this
all
man
by himself.
This
is what we need in America.
Look at this guy.
He doesn't have a phone in his face.
No.
He has no friends that are in the background. Like, he's just trying to enjoy himself, and he can't even do that.
You know who he's doing this for? Him. He's doing it for himself. He's not doing it for anybody trying to go viral.
He's not really doing it for his heart. The cholesterol's it's skyrocket.
Truly a bad idea health-wise, but he went so viral. This was absolutely everywhere, this video. Also, this is nonsense and not a news story, but it's at least he deserves to go viral.
This needs to be sent to any Asian person who has complained about fat Americans and their eating habits. Look at fat Americans.
I mean, he's not very fat, though.
No, he's not. But I mean, he's eating the kind of thing that would typically be reserved for some sort of meme or picture that attempts to make us look bad.
Yeah, I'll put this up on See It Now so you can take a peek at this.
To shame us for our culinary choices.
And this is an aggressive culinary choice, I say.
Now I want to try it.
Hot dog, Costco. And this man went as viral as you can this week over on Twitter in particular. There he is. He's up on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com.
How long do you think, Sabrina, it's going to take you to get through that candle? 90 ounces of candle.
I don't know, man. I mean,
Sabrina had asked us a week or two ago that if we show up to Costco, if we
popped up on my Instagram, okay?
If we could pick up this candle for her. Mm-hmm. It's $100 candle.
It is
90 ounces.
How big is a regular candle ounce wise?
Okay, so there's a go-to Lulu candles, it's called, and that's 9 ounces, and it's after doing a lot of research, long lasting, and it does last quite some time. But it's like $18 a candle.
Size-wise, this mega candle that you got.
This is 90 ounces.
But what can you compare it to size-wise? Are we looking at like...
your bathroom trash can.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like
and I think it's a win-win because once I'm done with that candle, I've got a lot of options with the container itself.
Okay, that's what was piqued my interest because in our group chat last night where I was able to procure this candle for you, you were like, oh, and then once I burn through it, I have all sorts of ideas to do with the bucket. And I was like, How long is it going to take to burn 90 ounces of candle?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, man, because I like to have a good smelling house all the time. Like as soon as I get home or when I wake up in the morning, like I light something up or I put on the candle warmer. So we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to the experience. Better be worth it.
That's
biggest
a big candle.
mind F was you gave me two choices of amber or sandalwood. And then upon Googling, amber and sandalwood are often together in one candle smell. It's never an or option. So I was like, surprise me. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah. There is that it? Are there?
I think so, yeah. The candle.
Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy.
That's like knee high for everybody who's
What's
just looking at
wild
this.
to me is that for $10 less, you can get a apocalypse pack of food that lasts 25 years. So I'm just very confused.
Burning time, approximately 150 hours.
Damn. That's a while. That's
It
a
is.
while that would last.
What
That's
if
if you
it
have it
smells
going
like crap?
nonstop.
Does it smell like crap?
What if it smells awful?
And now you've
Guess we'll
already
see.
purchased it, so
Yeah.
you just have to deal with the outcome that you get.
Well, someone's going to try it out.
Well, what do you think? News or nonsense, everybody?
Oh,
Do let us
nonsense,
know.
what I just
Yeah.
told you, nonsense.
No, I think a whole segment. None of those were real news stories, but fun journey to go on for sure.
It's if anything, it's an excuse to hear the song. It's a great song.
Yeah, it's catchy. People have been writing to me from all over the country, around the world, from Belgium, France, Paris at the Olympics, Cameroon, Alaska. It's like another country.
It reminds me of Eurovision.
Yeah, it does. It's got those vibes for sure. Quick break. When we come back, we'll finally get to the Secret Service drama and what's happening there, the new admissions. Maybe there was a social media profile potentially that this person had, so we'll go a little bit more into motive. We'll also do jury duty, a lot more on a Share the Show Tuesday. Don't forget, thenewsjunkie.com/share, all the links for all of our social media profiles, thenewsjunkie.com/share. A share, not chair. That's a whole different landing page.
Is it a chair?
That's
Can
just
you
chairs.
sit on it?
All share dispatchers over there. thenewsjunkie.com/share is where you are heading. And head over there now on a Share the Show Tuesday. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Because y'all said I wasn't cool this week.
Well,
Booyah!
you are. Well,
I am cool. Boom, boom, ka-choo. Me and Ryan are the coolest.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays here. All lanes are blocked northbound and southbound on Orange Avenue between Oak Ridge Road and Holden Avenue due to an accident. There's a couple earlier accidents to keep an eye out for here on Curry Ford Road westbound at the Greenway. And the on-ramp is partially blocked from I-4 westbound to Central Florida Parkway. If you see any other traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Kia Center this Saturday and Sunday. Brought to you by BKT Tires, Morgan & Morgan, and your local Ford dealers. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Get ready for the political hobnob by the Hispanic Chamber of Metro Orlando, July 31st at Andretti Indoor Karting. Join this unique opportunity where business leaders, politicians, and community members come together to bridge a stronger future. Learn more at HispanicChamber.com.
Hey there, it's Russ Rollins. I'm talking to all the homeowners out there who are tired of staring at their cold swimming pools. It's time to stop wasting money on a pool that you can't use. With Solar Source, you can enjoy your pool year-round like I do. Top 5 things Solar Source customers do after solar heating their pools? Well, spend time with your family. Go nighttime swimming. You got movie nights in the pool. You got water workouts and much more. Friends of mine, friends of Russ Rollins, can save big money when scheduling a free consultation today at solarsource.com/monsters. Don't wait any longer. Start enjoying your pool again with Solar Source.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the tea from Perry every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, tea from Perry. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
New South Window Solutions. Made in Florida for Florida homes by Florida workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
We were talking about Rolling Stone earlier, and I said that the Rolling Stone is just kind of an embarrassing publication now. I think it used to be edgy. It used to be really on a razor's edge in terms of the content they were putting out. They had people like Hunter S. Thompson, sort of the core of how they differentiated themselves from everybody else. And Hunter S. Thompson would cover politics, but he'd cover sports. He'd cover just things from his own gonzo perspective. Then they had Matt Taibbi, who, when the financial crisis was happening in the United States, was the person who was really reading through all the tea leaves on this and was writing stuff from a different perspective than a lot of the other mainstream outlets. Now it's just embarrassing. There's nothing really interesting. There's nothing edgy. There's nothing cool. There's nothing new. coming out of Rolling Stone. It's dumbass takes that are meant to like get people pissed off because it's like the guy I go back to who I worked with in Chicago, who his take was as a movie reviewer that Freddy Got Fingered is the greatest movie of all time. And you're like, okay.
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Yeah,
Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Like, I know you don't believe that. Like, you might say, Sean, you say Butt Boy is good, but I think Butt Boy is actually good. I think it's good. It's weird. And like The Greasy Strangler and other movies that I recommend, it's weird. And you're going to finish it going, what the hell was that? That was, you might think it's the worst thing you've ever seen, but it's still going to prompt the discussion. It's going to be like actually interesting content. That's what I'm looking for. But this is just stupid takes that are meant to make people go, best album cover of all time is an album that we've never heard of. You wouldn't go to like Influence, like Load or Nevermind, like C-Lane said. Like an album cover that actually has a story. It was a band I had heard of.
It was Joy Division, but it's just like not something that I ever would have thought of. You know, it's and there, I think there were some bands in there that I hadn't heard of. I didn't read the whole list. It was annoying.
I think that magazines in general are pretty much rip right now. The magazines are changing a little bit, and you can notice when you go to grocery checkout that there's specific things now. So if it's Martin Luther King Day, the Time magazine will be all about Martin Luther King Jr. and his life and et cetera, et cetera. If it's the one I just saw was like Pokemon, because it's like whatever anniversary of the Pokemon franchise, and then you read all about this.
The collectible version of it.
Yes.
Now, I still think that there is a niche audience for it, because I guarantee that there is a handful of listeners right now that either themselves or they know somebody who is obsessed with magazines and still has their collection of it, which is not easy to move around, by the way. But they'll keep the stack, especially people that like love fashion.
Yeah, there's a lot. And fashion and food are the last two holdouts. Those are the last two holdouts where there's some relevance.
Old Playboys.
Vogue magazine is still relevant in certain ways. Because
honestly, I don't get why food magazines are as popular as they are. Recipes are like porn. Like you just, why would you pay for them?
Yeah,
like I have a couple books that are like from people that I like to support them, or like I
literally have it as decoration.
Yeah, I have a Snoop Dogg's cookbook. I got that as a gift, and that's fun. And I have one of Babish's books. That was given to me as a gift, but I would have bought that to support it. I bought some of his merchandise before too,
right?
But like, I buy that, you know, for the novelty of it and to support. But I don't need the book to get the recipe. You can get a recipe easy as hell.
Sure,
I don't know why the magazine for food continues to be a thing.
They are the biggest though. There's food and fashion are the two verticals that are still succeeding to a certain amount, and I think a lot of that is distribution at grocery stores.
Oh, for sure.
And other places where they feature those kind of magazines. But they're trying to reinvent themselves. The whole gossip rag for the week is kind of gone. The whole idea of like a People magazine kind of thing is gone. I love magazines. I own the first edition of most major magazines. I have like the first ever Time magazine. I have the first episode or issue of Newsweek. I have the first issue of Rolling Stone magazine. I have the first issue of almost every major magazine. I collect that like I collect newspapers. But they're just not, it's not relevant anymore. And then when somebody goes, oh, you just get the app and you download the iPad version of the magazine, it's not the same. That's not what I want. I don't want my content that way. So I think Rolling Stone is going to go the way of Playboy, where just doesn't exist in a culturally relevant way anymore. They surf off the brand and sell like merch in other countries and stuff, and they just barely hang on. Playboy, in their instance, they're trying to be like the number 2 to OnlyFans or Fansly, where women can set up profiles and put out content that's behind a paywall, and there's some cachet to it because it's the Playboy brand instead of whatever else you're using. So let us know what you think. Do you still buy magazines? Do you still enjoy them, et cetera, et cetera? Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. Let's finally get to the Secret Service thing, because they suggested with this headline, it says another Secret Service another Secret Service lapse for Trump and Nashville. And then when I read the story, I was like, this doesn't seem like a real security lapse to me. Here's what they said. Former President Donald Trump was briefly delayed by Secret Service agents from taking the stage at a conference in Nashville Saturday because of another security lapse. The holdup was caused by two individuals who made their way around metal detectors inside Music City Center, where the 2024 Bitcoin conference was held. The GOP nominee was set to give the keynote address, but was instructed by a security detail to wait until the individuals were located, according to sources. After the two people were tracked down, they were ejected from the event in question. Neither person has been criminally charged. So these people went through initial security checks, and then there's a secondary security screening with a metal detector right before you get into the venue, and they worked their way around that to get into the venue. They spotted them, tracked them down, ejected them from the event, and held back President Trump from taking the stage until the security issue was resolved. That just sounds like the Secret Service doing their job for once.
The thing that they should have done last time.
Yeah, that seems like they did a good job. They noticed that something was wrong. They stopped. They worked with Trump's security team. They cornered these people. They got them out of the establishment. It doesn't look like they had guns in to begin with. They made sure it was safe. Then they told Trump to take the stage. The room is secure. Go for it. That's what they were supposed to do. We don't need to react breathlessly to everything that the Secret Service does as if it's wrong now. They did a big, giant, bad, wrong thing, right? Big, giant, bad, wrong thing. And you could put all the focus on that, which is what they're kind of doing. So let's listen into some of the testimony today. This was from FBI Deputy Director Paul Abate talking about the timeline of seeing this guy who ended up shooting Trump.
Next, I want to provide a brief highlighted overview of the timeline that has been established to date through witness interviews and other information. Again, this is our understanding at present and is subject to change and further refinement as more facts are collected. On July 3rd, the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania was announced. On July 6th, the shooter registered to attend the rally and performed a search for, quote, how far was Oswald from Kennedy?
All right, that was one of his early
7th,
searches.
The shooter traveled from his home.
He searched to see how far was Lee Harvey Oswald from JFK when he shot and killed him. Now, the Secret Service wouldn't have known this service. This was things they identified afterwards, so you got to put that to the side.
To the Butler Farm Show grounds and remained there for approximately 20 minutes. We assess this shows advanced planning and reconnaissance on his part. On July 12th, the shooter traveled from his home to the Clairton Sportsman Club, where he practiced shooting. On the morning of July 13th, at approximately 10 a.m., the shooter returned to the Farm Show grounds and remained there for about 70 minutes before returning home again. At approximately 1:30 p.m., while at the residence, the shooter's father gave him a rifle for the purpose, he believed, of going back to the Sportsman Club.
All right.
About 25 minutes later, the shooter purchased ammunition while en route to the Butler Farm Show ground.
Okay, so now we're on the way. His dad gave him the gun. He said, you're going to the gun range again. Here you go. And he stopped off and got some ammunition on the way, and he's headed to the Trump rally.
The subject then arrived at the scene, was moving around the Farm Show grounds close to the American Glass Research AGR building, from which he ultimately committed the attack. Shortly thereafter, at approximately 3:51 p.m., the shooter flew a drone approximately 200 yards from the Farm Show grounds for about 11 minutes.
350 drone.
The drone and controller were later found in the subject's car. Analysis has not revealed any photos or video taken by the drone, but we can confirm that he was live streaming at the time and would have been able to view it on his controller.
Now, when he says live streaming there, I think he may just mean to the controller.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think he means on like Twitch or something. I think he's just talking about to himself.
I would think that we would have seen that video by now if he had done that.
Oh, and there's nothing that they have found. Like,
I think he mentions this. Actually, he might not mention in this clip. They're investigating a Gab account, G-A-B. And on this account, there was a bunch of stuff posted that they think could be tied to this guy, but they have not confirmed that just yet.
First reported sighting the shooter by local law enforcement was at approximately 4:26 p.m.
4:26.
At approximately 5:10 p.m., the shooter was again identified by local law enforcement as a suspicious person around the AGR building. And at approximately 5:14 p.m., a local SWAT operator took a photo of the shooter. At about 5:32 p.m., local SWAT observed the shooter next to the AGR building using his phone, browsing news sites, and with a rangefinder. At approximately 5:38 p.m., the photo of the shooter taken earlier was sent to local SWAT operators in a text message group.
So he's clearly on the radar.
Subsequently, approximately 25 minutes prior to the shooting, the U.S. Secret Service command post was notified of a suspicious person. Officers lost sight of the subject from approximately 6:02 p.m. to 6:08 p.m.
All right, so let me stop right there. So he's way on the radar. He's flying drones. He's got a rangefinder. He's doing all kinds of things. They said he's suspicious, and then they lose him. And even with all of that happening, they still let Trump take the stage. You see, what they did in the other situation in Nashville was correct. They said there's a security issue. We got some people who went through that are bothering us, that we think maybe there's something wrong.
But we're to expect a bit of overcompensation, in the days after a major attempt was made on the former president's life.
I think it should always be that way. If there's a security issue that is not resolved,
I think so too. But I'm just saying it's going to be different.
Yeah, now it is for sure. But I'm not coming on at them for the Nashville stuff. I think they did that right. But this is not the same.
Continue to communicate with each other in an attempt to locate him. Recently discovered video from a local business shows the shooter pulling himself up onto the AGR building rooftop at approximately 6:06 p.m.
6:06.
And at approximately 6:08 p.m., the subject was observed on the roof by local law enforcement. At approximately 6:11 p.m., a local police officer was lifted to the roof by another officer, saw the shooter, and radioed that he was armed with, quote, a long gun. Within approximately the next 30 seconds, the shots were fired.
So all of that is way too long. If you see he's on a roof, they knew he was on a roof by 6:11. They knew after that he was on a roof with a weapon. They had 30 seconds where they could have said, stop it, get Trump off the stage right now, get him off immediately. Nothing happened in that time. That's where there's hugely like an obvious gigantic problem.
Also, the local officer that was lifted onto the roof, did he just see the gun and go, oh, there's a gun, let me get out of here?
Yeah, this seems bad. Guy has a gun. They're reporting it to everybody else there. That's where you can clearly see there was a failure. Okay,
or maybe the officer okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I said maybe quickly the officer assumed that if he radioed about the gun, that the guy would be shot very quickly, or something would happen where he didn't have to intervene.
It's amazing how quickly Secret Service would be here if we said something.
Oh, yeah. You'd get a visit tonight. You'd get a visit tonight for that. Fred Goldman, he is the kin to Nicole Brown Simpson.
Okay.
And of obvious, is it
Ron Goldman?
Ron Goldman was his son.
His father.
I'm sorry. Ron Goldman was related to him. And he is now saying, now that OJ is dead, here's how much I want from the estate. I'll tell you how much Frank Goldman is saying he wants, and then we'll try to determine how much OJ actually has. That's coming up in Jury Duty, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, you could call your family, but then they'll start calling you all the time. Instead, just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio Olympics Update.
The swimming pool continues to be a source of precious medals in Paris for Team USA. Adding 4 more to the tally on Monday, Ryan Murphy collected bronze in the 100-meter backstroke.
This sport, I put a ton of work in to be at the top of the world over the last 8 years.
The women's gymnastics team final is underway. The U.S. looking to capture its first gold since 2016.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Joel Embiid struggled mightily in Team USA's opening win against Serbia, and it was obvious he doesn't fit on this roster. Embiid wants to stand out on the three-point line and do his own thing. We see yet again how big the gap is between Jokic and Embiid. Embiid gets in the way of the Sixers offense and now is doing the same with Team USA. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on 2 Guys, 5 Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen and yang. We're the two guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Two Guys, Five Rings, and start listening.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When you think about the month of July, you think about freedom, and we have the freedom for a long life. We just have to take care of ourselves, right? Well, Life Imaging FLA wants to help you take care of yourself. They want to help you as far as being proactive and getting a scan and make sure that your heart is fine and you don't have cancer. Life Imaging FLA, they know that early detection of heart disease and cancer can be a game changer in terms of treatment and outcome. Give them a call to get that free heart scan. Call Life Imaging FLA. You pick up your cell phone, you dial pound 250, you say the words free heart scan. There's a few minimum requirements, but this is a $699 value, and it's definitely worth it. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. This is definitely worth it. Life Imaging FLA. Ask them about the cancer screening as well. It's Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say the words free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds.
Another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance. Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Cam found out that group chats between different phones aren't private.
Or encrypted.
Thank you. We only text in code.
Yes, which I created. I created a code.
Yes. Which can be a little annoying.
Wait, was that your attempt at the code?
You already forgot the code, didn't you?
I should have written it down.
The place to safely send messages between different devices. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. When you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside repair renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girls.
Hey, hit the road? How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
La, 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 la.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter N73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
O.J. Simpson's estate. Is there enough money, and how much does Fred Goldman say he's owed by O.J.? That's coming up in just a moment. First, tips of the newsjunkie.com. Space Coast Native emails the show, and we appreciate you emailing no matter where you're at listening to the show today, no matter what radio station you call home. We love you. We thank you for being here for us, and we appreciate you. But Space Coast Native says, hey, junkies, my son was born with a cyst in his brain that grew 400% in the first 2 years of his life. Oof. It pushed his brain against his skull so bad that he would vomit just hearing a vacuum turn on. He had brain surgery, and after that, he started having a speech problem and some sensory issues. The IEP he had got him speech therapy as well as therapy for his sensory issues. They would take him out of class and do therapy for him. He's now 11 and striving with a very good vocabulary, and he carries on conversations with engineers at a very high level. At 11? Look at this kid go. He turned into Megamind here. He's a little on the spectrum still, but highly functional and incredibly smart now. We got really lucky that he came out so well from his surgery, but his issues growing up were some hard things to deal with. Have a great week, Space Coast Native. Well, thank you for the email. Feel for you, and looks like you got a good outcome, and that all that you went through made it worth it. And
That's got the scary stuff, man. The brain thing.
I know
anything brain.
Yep, all of that is like you just don't even know where to start, and if it happens to somebody you love, especially if it happens to your child, like it's brutal. When we saw Courtney and I yesterday. When we were at the Costco trying to get some stuff and looking around for candles that were not there,
Damn it.
We saw this young girl. She maybe was 7, and all of her hair was gone. Because obviously she was like fighting something. And whenever I see that, it's so hard for me to not go like, like how can we argue that you get a fair shot at life? How can we argue that there's not like messed up things happening when this little girl who's done nothing wrong in her whole life is in the Costco with no hair because she's battling something? It's like, damn, when this happens to your kids, it's a whole nother world. So feel free to thank you for the email. Love the story and appreciate it. Now it's time to do it. Let's go over face first into the wall of jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. Do either of you remember the last time you had like a really solid sweat?
Oh, yeah. Just recently when I went to the Lamb of God concert.
Okay. Got hot in there?
It was very hot. The humidity, obviously, a factor. And then just the amount of people all together in one place certainly had a lot of sweat going on.
Out of curiosity, do you have certain parts of your body that you don't sweat
That's
from?
That's very personal. Oh, don't.
Yeah.
Also very personal question. Gosh, I'm trying to think. No.
You want me to tee this up? I'll tee this up for you. I don't know what's going on, but I sweat like so bad down my back and my neck, all the things from the song. And I sweat like, elsewhere. But I don't sweat at all on the top of my arms.
That's interesting.
Sweat
I definitely
comes
sweat
out
on the
there.
top of my arms. One of
Like
the
it might be moist, but I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody where else is
beads of
running.
sweat.
Yeah, I'm not like beating up there. And I was like, is this a medical malady or what's going on here?
I haven't noticed specifically places that I do or do not sweat. I have, however, noticed that my son sweats on his nose.
Does he?
Yeah, he gets
Nose
like
sweat.
when he's like if he takes a nap in his car seat, he's got little beads right all over his little schnoz. Tiny little baby nose, a tiny little baby sweat on it.
I do feel like I sweat everywhere.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest.
Oh man, when it's like when your back of your shirt starts to get the mark on it and
There was
stuff.
like one particular panic attack I had many years ago in which I saw beads of sweat coming from my calves, like the top of my calves. And I'm like, this can't be good. I'm leaving.
And
that only freaks you out more.
I know I do sweat on my arms because I got this thing right now where like I have some like white spots, and I told no, I don't think they are. I told Ashley about it, and she's like, "Yeah, I've had that before. You gotta you have to wash it with Selsun Blue."
Really?
Yeah, you have to use Selsun Blue as
Wait,
like a body wash for a
ashy?
couple days. It's just like there's little spots of like white, not white, but like it's much lighter and these little spots. But she said she had done that. You're going to make me do it more. She had that before, and she went to a She went to a dermatologist about it, and they're like, "Yeah, that's such and such fungus." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it sounds so much worse to know that like there's a fungus on my arm."
Whoa, are you bringing fungus into iHeartRadio, man?
That's why he has his own little room.
It's a very
fungus room.
very common thing. I mean, I actually wiped my arm all over the board during that last break.
Perfect.
Why not?
But yeah, like when I think of a fungus, I think of something like visible that you could like
mold.
flick off, like scratch it off and get rid of it. But no, you have to like get the Selsun Blue, like you get the special shampoo. Like I have lice, but I've never had lice.
Too much.
You've never
work.
had lice.
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
I don't trust that.
God,
E-Fresh
it's so
Rock
wild.
says that's the sign of a tumor, Sean. Don't do this to me. I don't need these things. I don't believe you anyhow. Let me just do this.
Supposed to go to the doctor like 2 months ago.
I went to the doctor already
okay.
this year, and my blood test came out good, and I'm good, but I have other things that I need to go back to the doctor about. I got to go about my skin because my skin is red, probably from drinking. It's probably mostly from drinking, but I can get something for that. And I have to check
You're
out a couple
moisturizing
other
every
things.
day now, right?
No, I'm doing some stuff. I got some stuff going on, slowly but surely. I got a little routine I'm building here to try to save my skin, keep my youthful skin going, so I can look young into my 80s, maybe my 90s, still with a beautiful, supple skin. Meanwhile, Fred Goldman, he is Ron Goldman's dad. Anyhow, he says that he's owed some money from O.J. Simpson's estate since O.J. died. Fred Goldman says he's owed more than $117 million. Damn. There's no way O.J. had that much money.
No.
There is no way.
Wasn't he just basically living off his NFL pension?
That's what I thought. He says he's owed $7,000. I'm
And
sorry,
naked gun royalty checks, I'm sure.
$117 million with $26,000 in interest added every day. Every single day that goes by, he says he's added $26,000 to the amount owed. Though acquitted of murder in criminal court, Simpson was found responsible for the murders of ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman in civil court. They were awarded $8.5 million in compensatory damages and $25 million in punitive damages. That $33.5 million has ballooned to $117 after being raised to $96.3 million in 2022, and he's never paid a penny for any of this. But now they got to figure out what happens with the estate, which is probably not too well off. We want to hear what you have to say. Send us one of those dispatches. We'll work them into the last hour here. Get some people set up with a month of free secret shows if you've got a good one for us. And we got to figure out what we need to do with the internet. And a woman freaks out in a courtroom, even though she was very much in the wrong. All that coming up next in the News Junkie.
Casino passes for the 2024 Just Call Mo Real Radio Celebrity Poker Tournament are still available. Go to realradio.fm/poker for more info.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
All lanes are blocked northbound and southbound on Orange Avenue between Oak Ridge Road and Holden Avenue. People are using Orange Blossom Trail as an alternate route. There's congestion heading southbound in that area as well. Watch out for slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike southbound between Hancock Road and Oakland Exchange, and you can expect your regular delays on I-4 approaching State Road 429. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This July, celebrate America's independence with a fresh view from Renewal by Andersen. Their custom-built, energy-efficient windows and doors will not only enhance the beauty and value of your home, but also increase your comfort. They keep the heat and humidity out, not to mention the noise. That's because their unique Fibrex material combines both elegance and resilience, offering you double the strength of traditional vinyl. Right now, buy any 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, enjoy 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit rbafla.com to schedule your free consultation today. And if you're looking for a new career, great news. They're still hiring experienced window and door installers. Celebrate freedom and comfort with Renewal by Andersen, official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Once again, just go to rbafla.com for details. License number CGC 1527613.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Boss, did you know Safe Touch Security is the home of the 45-second or less guaranteed response?
Of course, it's just one of the reasons why I hate Safe Touch.
For a limited time, save up to 50% on select security systems. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Another insurance story from...
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Funerals are expensive. Do we have enough for ours?
Yeah, I bought Smart Bunny final expense insurance.
Get up to $25,000 coverage for funeral expenses and other needs for as little as $14 a month. Hop on the Smart Bunny app now for final expense insurance. Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
New South Window Solutions. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynn Studios. Why Kaufman and Lynn? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This
Fast at you. One, it looks like in Paris for the Olympics, they're not going to be able to have a lot of the competitions in the river scene like they'd like to. And that's mostly because it's gross. And,
they put some poo-poo in it?
Even without the new poo in there, there's some old poo. And it's not a fun place to swim. So for the triathlon folks, they're like, we're going to give you another option. We're going to let you swim somewhere else. And I think that works out a lot better. Most rivers are kind of gross anyways. Like, it's not even about the French being dirty, which you could try to make that argument, but if you look at the Mississippi River,
Why would
the
you try to make that argument?
Just to go against French people.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the Mississippi River, our prized possession in the United States of America, one that brought people from north to south in the United States, and the inverse of that as well, and brought trade all over the East Coast. It's awesome, but it's also kind of gross. It's always silty and brown, which is great for plants and trees and spreading around minerals, but it's gross if you want to think about swimming in there. I don't want to swim in the Mississippi River. I want to swim somewhere where it was clear, where I could see right straight down through the bottom of a spring somewhere or something. That's where I want to go. And I don't blame them for saying maybe we shouldn't be swimming in the river scene or anywhere else like that. It's true for almost every European country that has a river. It's like usually brown and a little bit gross. Not like India brown, because India, they just put whatever into the rivers there, and it's way worse. But yeah, I don't blame them for not wanting to do this. Quick, over to tipsathenewsjunkie.com, and Casey emails the show. Hello, News Junkie and crew.
Hi, Casey.
Sabrina, that Costco candle sounds like a heck of a deal, says Casey.
Thank you, Casey.
There's a candle that I was gifted at my work, which is 14 inches tall, has 7 wicks, and has a burn time of 800 hours. We've had this candle.
To be a $400 value.
Well, here we go. We have had this candle for a few years and have only burned it down about 6 inches. So it's 14 inches tall. They've only worked out about 6 inches of it over a few years. It smells fantastic, but the downside is that it's an $850 candle.
Wow.
So $100 is way more reasonable. And she sends a link to the Baoba collection, where you could buy one of these gigantic 14-inch tall candles
I'll
out
put
there.
that on the wish list.
That is a little bit pricey. Before we go over to your dispatches, I promised I was going to work in a couple other things. I can't play the audio of this, but I think it's sort of hilarious and bizarre how Trump, after the assassination attempt, has taken to entering venues with Many Men by 50 Cent, which is, many men wish death upon me. You get it. You see what he's going with there?
Yeah.
But in a couple of the instances I've seen, they just air the straight up uncensored version of that song.
Cool. Okay. All right. Are we going to do that now?
I'm not playing that.
Okay,
no.
good.
That song is full of more N-words and MFers and everything you can think of than just about any other song I've heard out there. And the DJ at one of the venues he was performing at is like, Donald Trump. And they just start playing Many Men. And I go, that is not the radio edit of that song. There is a lot of things. You got like kids in the crowd and stuff, and there they are. So he's been going out to that as of late. What do you think should be the human rights that we afford upon our fellow citizens?
Oh, that was like the way you put it was
off.
like a simple way.
I'll start you off here. So like, I believe everybody is entitled within some reason to medical care. Like, I think denying somebody medical care is unthinkable. Unthinkable. That like a person would be, let's say, having a heart attack, and if we lived in a world that was even worse, and they said, nope, we can't take you into the hospital because you don't have insurance, you got to die from your heart attack. I believe people have a fundamental right to health care, and I think that that's an important thing. I believe that people have a fundamental right to some sort of shelter, which is why I'm in support of homeless shelters, and mental asylums for those people who are probably better suited for that kind of a place. I believe people deserve and should be given clean water or access to clean water and, access to obviously food and things like that for their family, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know about this because they just killed a program in Congress, and it was called the Affordable Connectivity Program. And it's starting to lead to the disconnection of internet service for Americans with low incomes.
Wasn't this an Obama program?
I think it was, yes. And the deal was with mostly Charter Communications, and they said they've lost 154,000 internet subscribers. That was mostly driven by customers canceling after losing the federal discount that they had. About 100,000 of those subscribers were reportedly getting the discount, which in some cases made the internet free to the consumer. The $30 monthly broadband discounts provided by the ACP, or the Affordable Connectivity Program, ended in May after Congress failed to allocate more funding for it. The Biden administration requested $6 billion to fund this through 2024, but Republicans called the program wasteful. Republicans said most of these people already had internet access. They were just using this to get the free internet access, yada, yada. I don't know what's actually true there and what's not. I didn't actually look into all the numbers of this.
Well, I mean, if you get $30 off your internet, then you can just sign up for Netflix and you're breaking even.
Right. You're just utilizing it because it's there and it's a federal program. Why wouldn't you be, I guess? But my question is, do you think you have a right now, a fundamental right as a human being, to internet access? Like, do you think every person... I'm saying, what I mean by this, I'll be as clear as I can. Every person, no matter how poor, deserves to have internet access. And if they're too poor, then we should pay for them to have some sort of basic internet access.
I don't know, the way that the internet has evolved in such a way that it is close to, if not a necessity.
All right. So follow down that path then. Follow down that path. Like, what kind of things do you absolutely need the internet for?
Gosh, man. I mean, communication.
Right. You could say that.
Tell me. I mean, there's certainly no payphones around these days.
So, sometimes let's just say it's very difficult to pay your bills if you're not online, because so many places want you to pay on the internet. They don't want you to pay via the mail. They don't want you to pay via check. In fact, some places won't even take a check for a payment.
To apply for any sort of government assistance would take
to apply for
internet.
jobs or grants or government assistance. All of those things are probably largely done online right now.
You know what really could have curtailed abuse of this program is if you could only apply for it in person.
Yeah.
Like, if you can apply for the Affordable Connectivity Program over the internet, then you're sort of really opening it up for people who don't necessarily need it.
Hang on a moment. People are saying, do homeless people have internet? Actually, Tammy, a lot of them do. A lot of them have cell phones, and they end up using Wi-Fi hotspots, or they get online other ways.
How much does it actually cost the taxpayer, though, considering how the internet works and the availability of Wi-Fi?
They wanted $6 billion to fund the program through the end of the year only. So only through the end of 2024, it would have been $6 billion
for a handful of months?
Charging that?
Yeah.
Can we shop around a little bit?
Let's do the math here. 100,000 subscribers dropped off, and they said it was about $30 a month. So that's what, $3 million a month that they would be paying out. So that falls far short of that. I think there's 4 million ACP residents. That's only Charter Communications that dropped that far. So there's millions and millions of people who are on this plan who are getting it. So if it's 4 million, that would be 12 million. That would be $120 million, I think, a month. If I'm doing the math right, 30 times 4, 120. Yeah, $120 million a month to fund those people. Still not up to the $6 billion to get through December 2024, but that seems like a lot of cash. Well, the question is, the big question is, though, that we're asking here, and I want to hear your dispatches on this before we end the show today. Do you think that it is a human right to have internet access? Go ahead,
use your internet in order to send us that dispatch.
You'll have to.
I don't. There's other things that the ACP did too. Like they gave you credits for buying laptops, or some people it looks like may have been able to get free laptops. So it does seem like they're treating this as a right, as a human right.
Right. That's at least the argument, I believe. But I then go, well, if you say that the internet is essential, you have to have access to the internet to be able to strive and be a good, decent, successful human being in 2024. I would argue that actually a cell phone with internet access is more important than simply talking about like household internet access.
Right.
I would say the cell phone is like the key thing. And that's why so many people, I mean, hold on, let me look up percentage of U.S. households with a cell phone.
I don't know how much homeless people would have access or not have access to it. I don't know what the barrier to entry to having a library card is. But don't most libraries have a couple rows of computers that you can get internet access on? Is that free?
Yeah, they tend to. They tend to have that. Yeah, and you can, in almost all cases, like here local, we have a library that has all kinds of great stuff.
That one that's got a recording studio and like TV stuff. There's a maker lab in there where you can 3D print stuff.
Yeah. This, I don't know if this is an argument for what we're talking about or against it, because the vast majority of Americans, according to Pew Research Center, 97% now own a cell phone of some kind. 9 in 10 own a smartphone. So 97 out of 100 people already have a cell phone. Does that mean that they were capable of in some way getting that cell phone without too much government assistance? Or does that mean that you see that 97% of people have this? That means that we need it. It's like only 3% more have water because they need water. And it kind of drives that conversation in a particular direction. Olivia on YouTube says, Starlink is cool, but we need government-funded satellite internet, too, so it can't get shut down when Prissy Boy Musk gets mad, says Olivia.
Has that been a thing that's happened? Has Elon just gotten a little upset and hit the off button on Starlink?
The problem that happens there is when there's wars, and one side of the war says, like one country goes, I want internet access, and the other country goes, I want internet access, and you're like, people will die as a result of this decision, because if Russia wants to be granted internet access in some of these areas,
but now
it may
gets
help
to be
them.
The czar of that.
That's the problem. That's why
he's already sent thousands into the space. I just watched the launch this morning.
Yes, they have. I think the biggest space internet connection setup that any company has. I would just guess for Starlink. But I'm a tiny government guy, but I agree with Olivia. I think for things like this, that's where the government has a place. For satellite internet, it would be very good for the U.S. government to be involved. When you look at things like, healthcare, I don't have a problem with the U.S. government being involved. Obviously, local services like the police and the fire department, all these things are good uses of this money. And if you have one singular person making decisions, those decisions could be very bad for a lot of people. So I don't know. They're big questions to ask yourself, and we'll see what you say with your dispatches. But before that, I wanted to show you an example of something that I think is just absolutely fundamentally broken with the justice system in certain cities like Chicago, for example. CWB Chicago has a story about this guy who's famous at the moment because he got arrested 2 times in one day.
Nice.
While he was on electronic monitoring for some robbery cases. So he has an ankle bracelet, a monitoring device, and he got arrested 2 times in one day. And his mugshot collection is varied. Even got the thumbs up mugshot in the middle of this guy. And the story reads like this, because this is crazy. Anyone who needs an example of what's wrong with the criminal justice and social service systems in Chicago should start their search with Sean Hill. The 54-year-old, arrested by Chicago police 75 times since June 2015 and 12 times here, is consistently described in CPD paperwork as having significant untreated mental health issues and hands that have been mangled by frostbite. Many of his arrests involve allegations of randomly battering people, usually downtown, and theft. And then they said, most recently, cops arrested Hill for theft in the Gold Coast in Chicago on July 25th, even though he was on electronic monitoring for 4 pending robbery charges and 2 felony counts of unlawful restraint. They released him from the police station a few hours later. So it's a revolving door. Within 90 minutes, go ahead.
Isn't electronic monitoring supposed to keep you in a specific area?
Yeah, but all they do is get an alert that you walked out of the area, and then they find him robbing a place, they arrest him, and then they just let him go again. And round we go. Therein is the problem. Within 90 minutes of walking out of the station, Hill got arrested in the Gold Coast again. That's right. A man on electronic monitoring for 6 felony counts got arrested twice in under 9 hours. Also, while on electronic monitoring last week, he spat on a 29-year-old Streeterville woman. The next day, he physically assaulted the same woman in a parking garage. A second woman also accused him of grabbing her at a Gold Coast bank. This guy just out and out he goes. And they keep reducing the crimes because these are the policies of some of these progressive DAs to lower them from felonies to misdemeanors and then put him back out on the street. Not to give him mental health assistance, not to send him to some sort of asylum where they can treat him and perhaps get him on the right path and set him up for the future. No. Just to get him out of jail. So you can say that we have less people behind bars. What you do in doing this is you make the quality of life suck for everybody else, all the law-abiding people, and they're not going to like this. This is why people in Chicago have been pissed about this for years now. These kind of things are very, very bad for any city. 2 people can screw up your neighborhood. 2 DAs can screw up a giant chunk of a state, really. And bad leadership and elected officials can ruin cities. It can ruin cities. It's like if you imagine your street. Let's say it's the perfect street. Everything is going well. Beautiful tree-lined street, kids playing in the yards, and it couldn't be better. You know all your neighbors by their first name. You talk to them. If they need something, you go bring it to them. Everything is good. One neighbor moves in. That neighbor is having guests around the clock. They're dealing drugs out of their house. There's drive-bys happening because they're involved in illicit activities. It only takes one person to screw everything up in a civil society. And people, trust me, when they go to vote, they're going to want to vote for things that keep them safe, for things that keep their neighborhoods better off. And these are way more important than all your stupid culture wars things that you focus on. So let's get these people actual help. That sounds good to me. All right, way behind again. Sorry about that. That's my fault. We will get to these dispatches next. We'll get to this lady who freaked out in court and thought that she had been wronged. We'll see if she was. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for an accident off to the side on I-4 eastbound approaching State Road 429. The shoulder is blocked there. The on-ramp from Amelia Street to I-4 westbound, that's partially blocked due to an accident. And authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 408 westbound at Old Winter Garden Road. Multiple lanes are still blocked on Orange Avenue northbound and southbound between Oak Ridge Road and Holden Avenue. Expect congestion all throughout that area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Win your way to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One. September 20th and 21st. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Starting Monday, listen for your chance to be there.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zapata, CMO Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on Two Guys, Five Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the Two Guys.
Listen to Two Guys, Five Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search Two Guys, Five Rings, and start listening.
That'll be 30 even.
That's 90 points! Sorry, that was a lot. Now that I'm getting 3 times the points on food and fuel with the Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card, I get a little too hyped sometimes.
Cool. Where do you like your receipt?
In the bag! Sorry, in the bag, please.
Learn more about the everyday, everywhere Navy Federal More Rewards American Express card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
This is the sound of turning small bets into legendary wins. Only on the Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app. The sound of parlays. The sound of paydays. The sound of watching the game will never be the same. Hard Rock Bet has already paid out millions and millions in parlays to people across Florida. Download Hard Rock Bet now, and if your first bet doesn't win, get up to $100 back as a bonus bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to play. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from SolarSource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted. What? It's your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam! And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between different devices on WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
And now another insurance story from
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Wow, I wonder how much all this costs. Well, it can't be cheap. do we even have enough for our own you-know-what?
Honey, shh. I heard he bought final expense insurance through the Smart Bunny app.
The Smart Bunny app?
Like on your phone?
I know what an app is.
For the love of all things decent, be quiet.
Get up to $25,000 of lifelong coverage for funeral expenses, debts, and other needs for as little as $14 a month. And no medical exam is required. So hop on the Smart Bunny app now and grab some final expense insurance.
Honey, are you buying the insurance, like, right now?
Time is precious.
So true.
Smart Bunny Insurance.
Smart Bunny. Smart Bunny.
Your insurance super app. Insurance is sold by Smart Bunny Insurance Services and underwritten by various companies. Coverage exclusions and limitations may apply.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
This earful of real radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts. Now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girl.
Hey, hit the road? How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
La, 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 la.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter in 73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
Daytona always brings the drama.
Everything's on the line. The risk will be higher.
3 wide.
Look how insane this is.
Gunning to keep playoff hopes alive. It's now or never.
It's the most stressful night of racing that you'll ever go through.
For an unforgettable weekend of family fun, high wattage star power, and a front row seat full of fireworks. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Hey there, folks. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes here from the Amy and TJ podcast.
That's right. We are bringing you the tea from Paris every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, tea from Paris. I don't know if we're married to that name, but the point is, we'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what's hot, what's not.
Bottom line, everything you need to know that's going on in Paris during the 2024 games, you're going to get it from us.
Listen to Amy and TJ on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Amy and TJ and start listening.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
Plot of Twisters is playing out in real life right now. Where? That's kind of crazy to consider. Neither one of you have seen Twisters, I don't think, yet.
No.
The sequel, which has been very popular at the box office and brings back just like a fun romp of a movie for people to get away from politics and all the related stuff. And I saw it. It was pretty fun, kind of corny at parts. Okay, that's all right. But the actual plot of it is kind of happening naturally right now. And that's sort of another interesting thing to me. This isn't going to spoil anything for you, but the plot of Twisters with an S, is kind of similar to the first one. They've come up with a contraption that's going to help them. And they believe if they shoot this material into the tornado, it'll dry out the tornado and either weaken it or completely kill off a tornado.
Interesting.
Right? Not unlike the crazy people faxes we used to get at the radio station where some guy was like, I need to patent my hurricane killing machine. And
that's right. If it wasn't handwritten and insane sounding, I think it would have worked.
And nobody listened to that poor guy.
Is this sort of like idea the opposite of cloud seeding?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So you would shoot up some stuff that absorbed multiple times its weight into a tornado, and the tornado would get choked off by this, and it would weaken it. That is actually happening to storms right now, naturally, as a result of all that Saharan dust that is coming off the coast of the Sahara and
the dirty rain.
Yeah, the dirty rain, the sand rain, or whatever they called it, is drying out all these potential storms. And so that's why even though we have this tropical wave that's moving toward the East Coast and folks in Florida have to keep an eye on this, we're being handed a high five by this Saharan dust and some dry air that's there.
Is the Saharan dust already here?
Yeah, it's a long plume of Saharan dust that is like over the entire area between us and there.
Because yesterday, on my way to work, I saw a friend of mine walking down the street, stopped to talk to him. I had not coughed all day. I hadn't been coughing at all. And when I stopped to talk to him, he must have thought I had like some COVID or something. Because in the short interaction with him, I must have coughed like 6 times. And I'm like, what the hell? And then it was like a couple more times after that, and it stopped. And I was like, is it the dust? Is the dust getting me?
Could be. Something's bothering me big now. I don't know exactly what it is. It could be the park by my house. The grass has been largely unmowed over the last couple of months.
Well, you also have...
post on next door complaining about it.
I will. I'll put that out there.
You also have a bunch of stuff going on across the street from you, right? That could be affecting.
Yeah, construction galore, and the construction doesn't stop. They built 6 brand new houses in a row.
Neighbors.
They're building a brand new one straight across from me, and then there's 2 going in next to that. So it'll be a total of, I believe, 9 brand new houses across the street from me.
The positive
stretch
thing is that we haven't heard a lick of that. It's only when your blower guy comes.
Yeah. That has been under the radar. Even though the guys who are out there are rocking out to some Mexican music.
Nice.
They crank it, but they're doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. We're all good. We don't bother each other, and they get the work done on the houses. I'm happy about that.
I don't know why I thought of this because you were singing the Mexican music, or you were singing reggaeton.
Yeah. That's what they play over there.
And the other day, my mom asked me, she's like, "Hey, what's that reggae song where they sing "Burn It Up"?" And I was like, "What do you mean? Sing something for me." And she's like, something, burn it up. And I was like, oh. You're thinking of Here Comes the Hot Stepper, and that's not burn it up, it's murderer. Her mind was
Mama Lane.
Her mind was so blown, and she goes, I think I'm still gonna sing burn it up because murderer seems weird.
I could see your mom around a pass circle where somebody's smoking a joint and she's just singing that song.
Damn it.
She thought it was just a happy little weed smoking song, and it turns out not so much. All right, let's go to this old lady who freaked out in the courtroom. 76 years old, sentenced in a deadly hit and run. Obviously her fault. She couldn't come to terms with this. And she's now headed to jail. Good. That's
it has been nearly a year since a man was hit in North Park by an elderly woman and died at the hospital just days later. It was a story that had North Park residents essentially up in arms, arguing that that area was too dangerous. Eventually, a 4-way stop did go up.
Well, today, that 76-year-old woman responsible for the hit and run learned her fate in court. Our Delaney White is joining us live now with an update on the case.
So she claimed in court that she never saw this dude she plowed into, the 42-year-old she killed. She said she thought she was being attacked when her windshield was smashed. I saw no one. I heard no one anywhere around. I thought I was being attacked. That's why she hit the gas and got out of there. So she ran into a man in the middle of an intersection, and the man went up onto her hood and smashed into her windshield, and she took that as she was under attack. So she hit the gas and kept going further, and they said, you know what, I think you maybe should be punished for this. That's what they're talking about. Whoosh!
Kathleen and Andrew, just a short time ago, 76-year-old Donna Jacobs was sentenced to 2 years of probation. Now, this comes just a few months after the deadly hit and run in North Park that happened on a dark street where residents had been urging the city to put up a stop sign.
That's pretty wild to think about just that piece. 2 years probation she got. I think they probably felt bad because she was 76. She's an older lady.
They bought her story that she thought she was getting attacked.
That's weird, though. You get your window smashed because you weren't paying attention, and you're like, the person's being violent towards me. I mean, maybe she really did believe that, and she just was that wrong. It's possible, for sure. And real quick, before we get everything geared up for the end of the show.
If we woke up tomorrow and heard that you got hit by a car, and the person said, he was attacking me, we would probably all go, That doesn't sound like Sean. He doesn't seem like the kind of person who's just going to randomly start attacking a car. But what if you did?
I appreciate
nobody would believe it.
That you suggested that I would get the benefit of the doubt. I don't know that I would.
Yeah,
I
but
think
like,
there'd be people
there's
who'd be like,
only so much attacking you can do, and then you see the results of your car hitting a body.
yeah, you didn't feel the impact of the person smashing into the car.
You didn't see their body smash into your car.
That's all them, I guess. There was zombies or something. Real quick before we get into the gear to wrap everything up, wrap up gear as I call it.
Seventh
the White
gear.
House releasing this ahead of seventh gear. It says, statement from the National Security Council spokesperson Adrienne Watson on Venezuela and the elections there, real short. The United States has been closely monitoring Venezuelans' presidential election that took place on Sunday. We continue to call for Venezuelans' electoral authorities to release full, transparent, and detailed voting results, including by polling station. This is especially critical given that there are clear signs that the election results announced by Venezuela's National Electoral Council do not reflect the will of the Venezuelan people as it was expressed at the ballot box.
This happened last time and the time before that. It's not
on July 28th. So they are saying we have reason to believe the opposition in saying that the votes were not counted properly, but Maduro seems to have the reins of power regardless. So that's an unfortunate reality of life in Venezuela. We'll see if people keep rioting and protesting about this or what happens. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Today on The Big Show, we'll review Deb's choice for what you do that's new, Indian prostitute villages. At 4:45, we'll get Jack's Olympic update, find out the medal count, who's doing what. At 5:20, we invite our buddy Scott Brown in studio for It's Only Money, plus 4 tickets to see Monster Jam at the Kia Center.
The Jim Colbert Show, today at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
iHeartRadio Olympics update.
U.S. tennis star Coco Gauff lost in the third round of Olympic women's singles today after a controversial call during the second set of the match. Meanwhile, U.S. swimmer Luke Hobson is coming home with an Olympic medal.
Outage pulled out the gold, and the American is on the podium with the bronze.
Hobson was a surprise medalist in the men's 200-meter freestyle on Monday.
For NBC's live coverage from Paris, search Olympics on the free iHeartRadio app.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. You know, this afternoon, we know it's hot, 94 degrees. 94, feeling like about 107. There's a 60% chance for a thunderstorm this evening. Instead of yesterday when the storms happened mid-afternoon, today it looks like they may hold off until, well, probably the commute time or maybe even later than that. Big soccer game going on at Camping World Stadium, so a lot of folks will be watching that radar. We're also watching the possibility of a tropical system this weekend. Stay tuned to Fox 35 for the latest.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world, protecting America, fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Listen to what's happening right now at the Olympics on 2 Guys, 5 Rings, the essential iHeart podcast for the Summer Games.
Have you ever carried a torch for someone?
It's all about the athletes.
Simone Biles is about to be taken on the ride of her life astrologically.
And the culture.
I'm Matt Rogers. And I'm Bowen Yang. We're the 2 Guys.
Listen to 2 Guys, 5 Rings on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app, search 2 Guys, 5 Rings, and start listening.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Men, if
If you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
If you're struggling to lose weight, here's good news. It's called RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 is a natural hormone that burns fat from problem areas like your belly, hips, and thighs, helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. It's safe for men and women, and it's not a stimulant, so you won't feel nervous or jittery. Red Mountain has been helping people lose weight and avoid surgery for over 25 years, but there's never been a program this successful because RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Why leave your weight loss in the hands of an online pharmacy when you can trust the medical professionals at Red Mountain Weight Loss? Schedule your appointment today, and we'll ship medication direct to your door. Lose up to 20 pounds by this time next month at Red Mountain Weight Loss. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Join Real Radio and Fox 35 at Walmart for the Backpack Brigade as we partner with One Heart for Women and Children and collect school supplies for Orlando area students. Drop off school supplies and get some Real Radio and Fox TV swag. Meet Jack Bradshaw from the Jim Colbert Show, David Martin from Good Day Orlando, see the Fox 35 Thunder Truck, and check out the Selfie Station. Start collecting school supplies and prepare to drop them off Friday, August 2nd, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Walmart, 11250 East Colonial Drive, Orlando. Get more info at realradio.fm/school.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. New South Window lives Florida weather, and that's why our windows and doors are designed to take on severe hurricanes and the most intense heat. They're built and installed by us, meaning better value and a lifetime guarantee for you. Give your family security that lasts a lifetime. Get New South proud.
Buy 2 of our products and get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
HCA Florida Maitland Emergency, located just south of Maitland Boulevard on Forest City Road, is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com to learn more. This emergency department is part of Oviedo Medical Center. This is not an urgent care center. Its services are billed at hospital rates.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
I'm going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Real quick, Emma emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Emma says, subject, internet. I'm a retired teacher, 26 years teaching ESE, and I live on a very small pension, less than $800, and Social Security. In order to manage my Medicare, my pension, and my Social Security, I must use the internet. There are no other options. The only company for internet in my community is Spectrum. That sucks. The places that don't have options. I wish we had more options for power, really, but we don't. And internet, certainly. You should have competition for this stuff. Just Wi-Fi. Solar. Yeah, it's true. No cable, no really fast speeds is $80 a month. I was caught in a real bind until I discovered the plan you were talking about, the ACP. I say at some point it's mandatory for this program to be available to people in need, says Amma. We have time for maybe only one dispatch, as the whole saying goes.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
True. No truer ever than today, I think, since our time is running short. Here's here's somebody else who was impacted by this. Now, let's go to this person. Here's Insecure Walrus chiming in.
20 years ago, I worked at a Lowe's home improvement center at night, unloading 2, 4, 5 trucks every night, and then putting up like 70,000 pieces of freight on the shelves.
Damn.
And every time I would get covered in sweat. Like my entire shirt was soaked through front and back, except for 2 places right where my baloney nipples are, and one weird, like, smiley face looking line about where my belly button was. So I'd get done loading the truck, and I would have this smiley face on my shirt every single time. I just don't sweat in those 2 places, 3 places, I guess. Kind of strange.
All right.
Little known facts, known by few.
Thank you, Insecure Walrus. Appreciate the story. The story that didn't make the cut is this one. Massive Wyoming dinosaur shipped to Denmark has been lost in the mail. No. The skeleton of a 42-foot-long dinosaur sent from Wyoming to Denmark.
How do you lose that?
That's pretty big to lose, but they said they lost sight of it, and they said it could pop back up. One time, a dinosaur shipped in 2021 took a very long time to get to its destination. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. Today I Learned in 2016, Ryan Reynolds surprised terminally ill cancer patient and Deadpool superfan Conor McGrath with the first screening of Deadpool in his hospital room. Oh. Ryan called him the funniest potty-mouthed Canadian mercenary I've ever met, and they became friends before Conor sadly passed weeks later, but not until after watching the movie he was so excited about. Today on the show, River Monster on Animal Planet ended its run as the host Jeremy said they ran out of monsters to uncover. He checked off a lot on his list. Yeah, kind of like that. You did the jobs, and then you go, what else is there for me to do around here? Today I learned this band right here.
Black Sabbath.
Jethro Tull is correct. Jethro Tull's album, Thick as a Brick, was created as satire. It was a jab at the 10-minute plus song from prog rock bands at the time. It's now considered, even though it was a joke, one of the best prog rock albums of all time, which follows suit with like Song 2 by Blur and these other songs that were jokes, but they just turned out to be massive hits, like it or not. And today I learned this band right here. Blink-182. That's right. Blink-182. Said very fast by C-Lane is the correct answer. Travis Barker, who we mentioned earlier, learned the entire 20-song set list, a la our friend Fritz, right before his first Blink-182 show, just 45 minutes before it started. And Fritz learned the entire Coolio set, I don't know, maybe even closer than that to when the show started, and did a great job.
Yes, he did.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Miss any of this show, get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you later, everybody.